A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy, calling Washington.
United States Counterspies, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
These Counterspy reports to the American people are brought to you each Friday night. Tonight, Case of the Foreign Fires.
There it is. Defense Department Storage Depot number 3.
The gate's about 100 yards from this corner, isn't it?
Yes. Drive right up to it. See if the sentry's awake.
No challenge. Looks like he's asleep.
Who goes there? Shouldn't jump to conclusions. Captain Taylor, Lieutenant Brand, Inspector General's office.
Advance and be recognized.
You stay at the wheel, Lieutenant?
Yes, sir.
All right, Sentry.
May I see your AGO card, sir?
Yeah, here it is. I'll pass it through the gate. We're spot checking security measures for the IG's office.
Yes, sir. Your AGO card.
Thank you, Corporal. All right, Lieutenant, drive in. Well, security at this entrance is in good shape.
Thank you, sir.
There's another sentry at the south gate, isn't there?
Yes.
Well, we'll see how alert he is when we come on him from the rear.
You'll find Corporal Billings...
Nice work, Lieutenant. Out like a light. Yeah.
All right, load him in the back of the Jeep. We'll take care of the other sentry and then get down to the real business of the evening.
That does it, Lieutenant.
Cut it, Mike, before you start thinking you're really brass. Hey, you dragged those two sentries in here. What's the idea?
When this warehouse goes up in smoke, they go up too. And there's nobody around to identify us.
I don't like it, Mike. Murder ain't part of this.
Stop crying, Kenny. That's part of our deal. We put a torch to the joint and leave no witnesses. Or don't you want to get paid off?
Yeah. I want to get paid off.
Okay, then. Your stuff all set?
Yeah, it's all set. I'll touch off this waste. It'll smolder for about 15 minutes and then reach the gasoline. In 20 minutes, this whole joint will be in flames.
Good enough. We'll be far enough away by then. All right, touch it off and let's beat it.
Right. All right, let's go.
Department of Defense to Counterspy Headquarters. Request immediate investigation of fire in our storage depot number 3, Hagerstown, Maryland. Fire consumes stockpile raw materials for defense. Therefore, request this investigation be given personal attention of David Harding, Counterspy Chief.
Will Mr. Peters in the Counterspy Statistical Department please report to Mr. Harding immediately? Will Mr. Peters in the Counterspy...
This teletype just came in from the Defense Department, Peters.
Huh?
The raw material was cinchona bark.
Cinchona? So they make quinine out of it?
Yes. I'm building up a big stockpile of it. This fire may have destroyed a third of our entire supply.
Any more details than this, Chief?
No, not right now. That's why I want you to go up there and take personal charge for me.
Will do.
Now, our Baltimore field office has already been notified they'll have a mobile laboratory and agents on the scene by the time you get there.
Good.
And, Peters, I want your investigation to be thorough and send me complete reports. From the sparse details we've gotten so far, it's barely possible this fire may be of accidental origin.
But not likely,
No. Not when we know how valuable quinine would be in the event of any armed conflict in the East or the Near East. No, Peters? I'll lay odds you'll find evidence of sabotage.
What is this, Lieutenant? An all-day march?
Will you cut that lieutenant stuff, Mike?
Hey, now, Kenny boy. You shouldn't talk to a captain like that.
Some captain.
I thought I looked pretty in a uniform. What are you pacing for, Kenny boy? Sit down and relax.
I don't feel like relaxing. This place gives me the creeps.
You're a big boy, Kenny. Don't be afraid of an empty house, even if it is supposed to be haunted.
That's very funny, but just how long are we going to have to hang around here?
Till Gregor shows up and pays off.
Yeah, real bright deal he is. We don't know a thing about him. Supposing he don't show.
I know all about him, Kenny. He just thinks I don't. He'll show, and he'll pay off. And then a couple of months from now, he'll pay some more.
You going to put the squeeze on him?
Why not? He's got plenty of dough behind him.
I got a doubt.
And in his line of business, he can't squawk at a squeeze. They shoot spies.
And hang murderers. Count me out. I just want the payoff. You can do your whistling act solo.
You? Passing up easy change?
Now, look. It stopped being easy when we left those soldiers in the warehouse. I never should have let you...
Take a look, Kenny.
Gregor and that tomato of his, Irene.
Yeah? She can climb in my cell at any time.
Okay, Mike, okay. You take the tomato, I'll take the lettuce. Long green bills. Let's get this payoff over with fast and wash up the deal, huh?
Well, then let the man in, Kenny.
Oh, Gregor, Irene.
How do you do, Kenneth? Michael?
Hi, Gregor.
That hi in front of Gregor always sounds so incongruous.
I'll take English lessons. You want to teach me?
It might be interesting.
Irene.
Let's cut the chatter and get down to business, huh?
That's what I like. The direct American approach.
You owe us 5 G's. Pay off and we'll wind this up.
G's?
He means thousands, Gregor.
Of dollars, Gregor.
Oh, of course, Michael.
What about the other projects, shall we say?
Well, let's settle this.
Wait a minute, Mike. What other projects?
Didn't you discuss them with your partner, Michael?
Shut up, Kenny. I'll talk to you later.
You'll talk now. Were you cooking up a deal with this character for more jobs?
He was. We had in mind several projects, the first of which was a rubber stockpile I would be most happy to see vanish.
As far as I'm concerned, this was strictly a one-shot deal that I'm sorry I ever got into.
May I ask why, Kenneth?
Sure. Sabotage. I didn't like the smell of it from the start, but Mike talked me into it for a past $5,000.
Don't tell me you're suddenly becoming patriotic, Kenneth.
Yeah. Maybe that's it, huh?
Perhaps that's why you did not fulfill your part of the agreement.
We did the job.
Wait a minute, Kenny. Now, look, Gregor. We burned the joint down. Don't try to pull a fast shuffle on us.
True, but both sentries were to be eliminated.
They were.
Not according to this newspaper bulletin. Yeah, read it.
No fatalities occurring from the fire have as yet been reported, though the 2 sentries on duty were severely burned.
What?
That's what it says.
Well, they must have come to before the fire got a good start, that's all.
I'm greatly disappointed, Michael. I had always gotten the impression from American films that your type of man was thorough about these things.
Okay, so we're not the price down.
Yeah, but let's wash this up now fast.
I'm afraid it's not as simple as that.
Gregor.
I'll handle this, Irene.
What do you mean, not simple?
The sentries could identify you both. And you, in turn, could identify us. Not a happy situation.
Listen, Gregor.
I think you'd better listen, Michael.
I can't.
You can't pull anything like this.
I pull nothing, Michael. You have merely handled your job inefficiently. Therefore, you must be liquidated.
Gregor, I would like to leave.
This will only take a minute, Irene.
Why, you dirty spy. I'll get you for this.
Your friend Kenneth was impetuous, Michael. Are you?
You double-crosser.
So true.
All right, get it over with. Shoot.
No, Michael. I have a better use for you than I have for your helper. Turn around.
What for?
No questions. Turn.
What comes next?
This.
Gregor,
Later,
why
Irene. I will need your help to carry this one out to our car. He will play a big part in our plans for a really impressive bit of sabotage.
Mr. Harding. Where are you, Chief?
In here, Peters. Shaving.
Oh. Stepping out for the night?
No, I've been here in the office all day waiting to hear from you. Thought I'd save some time by shaving now.
All right, I'll wait till you finish.
Oh, go ahead. Talk while I shave. I'm almost through.
Well, Chief, there's no doubt the fire was sabotage.
Yes, I gathered that from the news flash about the sentries there. How are they?
Suffering from shock and second-degree burns.
Yeah? Couldn't question them?
Little. One of them said he could identify the men who did it, and that's when the doctor ushered me out of the room.
One will be able to question them more thoroughly.
Well, the doc said probably tomorrow, day after at the latest.
Good.
The best part about it, Chief, is this. We've got a clear set of fingerprints on one of the arsonists.
Fingerprints? Where?
On the leather-tied belt the sentries wear on guard duty. The sentries apparently were dragged into the warehouse by those belts.
Oh, that's great.
I'll get that, Chief. Our fingerprint section's classifying the prints now. We may get an identification out of it.
Oh, I hope so.
Hello? Yes, this is Mr. Harding's office. No, this is not Mr. Harding speaking. Just a moment. For you, Chief. A female.
Well, I'll be right there.
What's she look like, Chief? Or is it a secret?
Stop trying to be a comic. Give me that phone.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Is this Mr. David Harding?
It is.
You would perhaps like to know something about the fire in the defense warehouse in Maryland.
Why, of course. Who is this?
I will meet you if you can guarantee me protection.
If you've got anything to tell us, you'll be protected to the full extent of our ability.
Very well, then. I will come to your headquarters.
When? How will we know you?
What is it there?
Wait.
I will be there in half an hour, wearing a camel's hair coat and black tam.
Yes?
Meet me at the entrance to your headquarters. And when I am safely in your custody, I will tell you not only about the fire, but about plans that are being made for even greater sabotage against our country.
Back to Counterspy in a moment. It is urgent that all of us give full and continued attention to the problem of employing workers with physical handicaps. Employing physically handicapped workers makes them self-supporting, saves public funds, increases the number of taxpayers, boosts production, and benefits your community. Prejudice and lack of correct information are the greatest obstacles to employment of workers who are handicapped, but who are otherwise fully equipped to do a good job in business and industry. The injured or crippled, whether disabled by birth, accident, or disease, should be encouraged to get in touch with their state divisions of vocational rehabilitation, or with the Veterans Administration if their disability took place before July 26, 1947, in connection with service and in the armed forces. Those ready and trained for work should be urged to register with the state employment offices. Employers should also be reminded to use these facilities. For further information, write Vice Admiral Ross T. McIntyre, Room 1136, United States Department of Labor, Washington 25, D.C. And now, back to Counterspy.
You sure she said half an hour, Mr. Harding?
That's what I heard, Peter.
It's almost 40 minutes since the call and no camel's hair coat and black tan yet.
Well, we'll just have to wait.
There's a cab stopping now, Chief.
Well, that could be... That's her.
Look at her. She's weaving.
Come on, Peter.
Chief, that car coming up behind the cab.
Hey, what's going on here? Peter, take the car. I'll get the girl.
Miss.
Peters, come here.
My shots went wide, Chief, but I got the license number and make of the car.
We'll get it right up to our radio communications room and out to the Washington Police patrol cars.
Right.
And call our medical section. Tell them to send a stretcher out here. This girl's been hit bad.
To all Washington police cars from Counterspy headquarters, be on alert for black Packard sedan, Montana license number 891-72-13. Occupants armed and dangerous. If car spotted, notify Counterspy headquarters immediately. That is all.
How is she, Doctor? Is it serious?
Well, not the wounds. It's just a flesh wound in the arm. The bullet went clear through, and her side was creased by a bullet.
I see. Well, can I talk to her?
I'm afraid not. The effects of shot. She's in a state of trauma, almost like a drug sleep.
When can I talk to her?
Well, when she comes out of shock.
Any idea when that'll be?
10 minutes, 10 hours.
Oh, great. Will you mind standing by until she does come out of the shock? I'll want to talk to her immediately. You better check the fact that I can.
I'll be standing by, Mr. Harding.
Do you want to move her, or will she be all right in that couch in my office?
Oh, better to let her remain where she is.
All right, whatever you say.
How is she, Chief?
Unconscious for the moment. Anything on that car?
Excuse me, Mr. Harding. I'll go in and keep an eye on her.
Right, Doctor. Let me know the minute I can talk to her.
Yes, sir.
Now, what about the car, Peter?
No trace of it, Chief. But there was a report just a few minutes ago of a car accident on the banks of the Potomac.
Oh?
A black sedan went into the river. I'm having it raised now, and I'll bet it's our baby. Empty.
Did you check on the Montana license?
Yes. I called our field office in Montana. They'll wake the clerk of the Motor Vehicle Bureau and get to us as soon as possible.
Good. What about the bullets?
We found the 3 of them on the steps to our headquarters, Chief. The laboratory's got them now. Meanwhile, we got an unexpected break.
Yeah, what?
When that car drove away, it went through a puddle of water. And we've got a beautiful set of photos of the tire tracks.
Good.
I've put them through the regular routine. We'll have agents checking them as soon as we raise that car from the river.
That's fine, Peters. Now, any report on the fingerprints on that sentry's belt?
Not yet, Chief. I'll check that right away.
Okay. But first, Peters, let's take out some insurance on the girl.
How?
There are a bunch of reporters in the lobby very anxious to know what this is all about. Tell them the whole story, but embellish one fact. Tell them the girl was fatally wounded.
Okay, Chief.
Now, you keep me posted on the results you get from the bullets and the tire tracks. I'll stick here. I want to talk to that girl the minute she regains consciousness.
Well, Mr. Harding. Chief.
Oh, Peter.
Fine thing. While I'm running my feet off chasing lab reports.
Never mind, Peters. This job, you have to catch your sleep while you can.
That sounds good.
Besides, that's why it's good to be the boss. Oh, what time is it?
That's more like the reason. It's almost 2 in the morning.
2? Well, that girl's been unconscious for almost 3 hours.
Just about.
Hope she comes around soon. Well, what have you got?
Well, the prints on the sentry's belt belong to a guy we've got in our files.
American?
Yes. Michael Deacon. Small-time arsonist. I've already put out a pickup on him.
Good. What about the license?
We drew a blank there. That Montana license belongs to a Miss Abigail Buffington, whose own car and license at the moment are in her garage in Montana, while she's probably trying to get back to the sound sleep our agent woke her from.
Yeah, phony plate, huh?
Mm-hmm. And nothing on the tire tracks yet, either.
And the bullets?
Now, there's something that...
Mr. Harding? Oh, hello, Peters.
Hello, Doc.
The girl's conscious, Doctor?
Yes, no trace of shock. Splendid recovery. She could go home right now if she had to, with just a fresh dressing on that flesh wound in her arm.
Well, then I can talk to her.
For as long as you want.
Before you do, Chief, take a look at this report on the bullets.
I see. Very interesting. Doctor.
Yes, Mr. Harding.
Get me a complete medical report on the shooting as soon as you can, will you?
Certainly, sir.
You stick out here, Peters. I may need you.
Right, Chief.
Well, how are you now, Miss Waters?
Oh, Mr. Harding?
Yes.
You know my name.
From the cards in your purse.
Of course. Listen, Mr. Harding, I must tell you immediately about the fire in Maryland.
We know about it, Miss Waters, the fact that it was sabotaged.
Yes, but do you know there is another such incident planned for tonight?
What? Where?
At a rubber depot in Purdy, Virginia.
Go on. Peters.
Yes, Chief.
Get this. Continue, Miss Waters.
Well, it's the Defense Department rubber stockpile in Purdy, Virginia. It is to be set fire to tonight by a man named Gregor Markov.
All right, Peters, get busy on notifying Purdy.
Right away, Chief.
Now, Miss Waters.
Oh, please, Mr. Harding, before you continue, could I ask a favor?
And what is it?
Would it be possible for you to tell the papers that I'm dead? The shooting, it would be so good that way I could live without fear.
It has already been done, Miss Waters.
Oh, wonderful. Now I have much to tell you.
Yes, go on.
Well, as you may have gathered, I am not American, though I am a naturalized citizen.
Yeah.
I came to this country in 1936 at the height of the Depression.
I can guess part of the story. You became involved in quite a few causes and activities, huh?
Yes, I'm sorry to say...
That depot in Purdy, it's already ablaze. They're fighting the fire now.
What?
But it can't be. It was for tonight.
Well, it's now 2 o'clock in the morning, Miss Waters.
I've been unconscious that long?
Yes. Now, Peters, get out there right away. Take charge of the investigation.
All right, Chief.
Now, Miss Waters, go right ahead.
Mr. Harding, I suddenly feel very weak. Could we continue this later?
You have more to tell me.
Much. Many names and people you would not imagine would betray this country, but my strength is not up to it now.
Well, you can rest right here.
I would rather my own apartment.
Your own apartment?
It is one that I've kept for myself. They don't know of it. If you could only put a guard on it.
Well, all right, Miss Waters. I'll have one of our agents escort you home, and we'll have an agent watching your apartment every second you're there.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Harding.
Do you know how to use a gun?
A little, but I haven't got one.
Well, I'll give you one, just for added insurance.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Harding.
I'll be around to see you in the morning. We'll pick up this conversation then.
All right, Mr. Harding. I'm sure that what I have to tell you will hold many surprises for you.
I'm sure it will, Miss Waters. Now, just rest here, and I'll send for an agent in a car to take you home.
Thank you, Mr. Crandall.
That's all right, Miss Waters.
You will be at my door all night.
Well, that's the job Mr. Harding gave me. Don't worry, I'll be here.
That is good to know. Good night.
Good night.
Hello, Eileen.
Oh. Gregor, you had plenty of time?
More than enough. How did your part go?
Perfectly. There's a counterspy outside the door now guarding me.
Wonderful. I'll be perfectly safe in here then.
Yes. The depot is destroyed?
I'm afraid not completely, but that's unimportant. The main item is for you to gain the confidence of the counterspies.
What about Michael's body?
In the depot, burned beyond recognition. But my rings, watch, and identification are all on him.
Well, that will confirm my story about you.
Should be the first step in getting you into the confidence of the counterspies.
Yes, but I'll have to have more to tell Mr. Harding when he comes here in the morning.
There will be plenty to tell. Here's a list of names of people who have aided us in the past. You can betray them.
They will do some talking themselves.
They can tell nothing of value. The important thing is to get you firmly into Counterspy headquarters. Then we will be able to learn much of value to us.
I hope so, Gregor.
How's your arm, my dear?
Throbs a bit, but otherwise all right. It was fortunate we made the 2 wounds before I left for the Counterspy headquarters. At least it allowed us to control the seriousness of the injuries.
It was almost a mistake, Irene. I noticed you staggering when you left the cab. If you had collapsed before I had a chance to fire...
I didn't. But I am ready to collapse now, so let me retire. I would like to be fresh for the fairy tales I must tell Mr. Harding in the morning. Mr. Harding.
Good morning, Miss Waters. Okay, Crandall, you can go home and get some shut-eye now. I'll take over.
Thank you, Mr. Harding.
Oh, come in.
Tell me, how do you feel this morning?
Excellent, but the fire in Purdy, was the rubber depot a total loss?
Not quite, but I'd like to show you something.
Yes?
This ring and this watch. Have you ever seen them before?
Yes. They are Gregor Markov's. Where did you get them?
From a body found in the fire.
Gregor's dead?
The way we reconstruct it, he set fire to the depot. He started to leave, and he must have slipped on some oil slick. He was knocked out. That was it. Fracture of the skull.
Gregor dead. Wonderful. Now, Mr. Harding, I can speak without fear.
Except for the fact that the body wasn't Gregor's.
What?
There were enough fingerprints to identify him as one Michael Deacon.
I don't understand.
And the gentleman had been dead for at least 3 hours before the fire started, so he couldn't have set it off. Which makes me think, Miss Waters, that your quick acceptance of Markov's death is a little too convenient.
Stay where you are, Mr. Harding. Don't forget you gave me this gun yourself.
Now we're out in the open, huh?
Quite. Gregor.
I heard, Irene.
So, this is Gregor Markov.
Yes, Mr. Harding. It's a shame your American methods of crime deduction are so efficient.
A beautiful scheme to gain the confidence of a counterspy. With you in this apartment, we'd have been guarding the very man we'd be searching for. It's too bad. It's a total loss.
Not a total loss, Mr. Harding.
Oh?
At least from this we can salvage your death, which will be quite a blow to America's counter-espionage forces.
You think you'll escape?
Perhaps not. But it's a good bargain. Our lives for yours. Sorry, Mr. Harding.
Stay where you are, both of you.
All right, Peters. Just keep them covered. You've got 3 more shots, Miss Waters. Why not use them? They're blanks, too.
Blank?
What is this?
Another example of American methods of crime deduction, Markov. Miss Waters, you were under suspicion from the moment you left our headquarters last night.
But why? I said nothing.
No, but your wounds did, as well as the bullets that were fired at you.
Our laboratory report showed that the bullets never entered your body. No traces of blood or flesh.
And the wound in your arm was parallel to the ground, not at an angle, as it would have been if you'd been shot climbing the steps of Counterspy headquarters. That's why we decided to give you that gun and see how far you'd carry this.
Better not move. This gun isn't loaded with blanks.
Just move them in one direction, Peters. Out. We'll really show them the efficiency of our American methods in dealing with spies and saboteurs.
Tune in every Friday, same time, same station, to Counterspy. Listen next Friday for the exciting Case of the Curious Conspiracy.
When certain short-sighted individuals took a long chance to obtain scarce war materials, your counterspies had to adopt very unusual methods of investigation. The full facts will be released next Friday in
Case of the Curious Conspiracy on Counterspy. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York, was directed by Leonard L. Bass, dramatized by Palmer Thompson, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer. Counterspy is produced by Phillips H. Lord.
Three chimes mean good times on NBC. Tomorrow night, Dennis Day joins the battle against hoarding with some merry and nearly disastrous results. Judy Canova discovers 500 shares of supposedly worthless stock, which almost turn her into a millionaire. But millionaire or not, she's the same lovable Judy. The chimes tomorrow mean the Dennis Day Show and the Judy Canova.
The National Broadcasting Company delays the start of this program to bring you a special bulletin. From the NBC Newsroom in New York, Henry L. Stimson, former Secretary of State and Secretary of War, is dead at the age of 83. Stimson died at his home in Cold Spring Harbor, Long Island. Keep tuned to your NBC station for the later news.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy, calling Washington.
United States Counterspies, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
These Counterspy reports to the American people are brought to you each Friday night. Tonight, Case of the Curious Conspiracy.
Good evening, Mr. Harding.
Evening, Conway.
Through this door, Chief.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, Peter.
Evening, Chief. I'll get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lecture 7 in Counterspy Refresher Course on Modus Operandi. Our speaker, Mr. Harding.
The case I'm going to tell you about demonstrates one of the most unusual and cunning schemes used by your country's enemies to sabotage our preparedness program. Although the plan has been in successful operation for some time, it was first brought to the Counterspy's attention in the case of the Franklin Nylon Company, a small but vital subcontract firm, supplying materials to parachute manufacturers. On the afternoon of September the 5th, Charles Franklin, president of the company, was alone in his office dictating to a mechanical recorder.
And that, Mr. Harding, is the entire story. I had no rest since this horrible thing happened. I'm no better than a traitor and a murderer. I do not ask forgiveness. I deserve none.
Yes, Mr. Franklin?
Will you please come right in, Miss Brewster?
Yes, sir.
I want you to see that this record is delivered to the local Counterspy field office.
Counterspy?
Yes, immediately. That will be all, Miss Brewster.
Mr. Franklin, please don't think I'm speaking out of turn, but you haven't been yourself lately, and, well, I've been worried about you.
You don't have to worry about me anymore, Miss Brewster. I'll be all right soon. All right. Now, please see that the record is delivered.
Yes, sir, I will. Mr. Franklin! Mr. Franklin! Mr. Franklin! Anne, call the police right away. Mr. Franklin has just shot himself.
Harding, headquarters, Washington, calling Agent Harry Peters, field office, Baltimore. Harding, calling Peters.
Peters, go ahead, Mr. Harding.
Have Agent Owens take over your assignment in the subversive investigation. I want you back here in Washington.
Something special, Chief?
Yes, Peters, special and very strange.
Mr. Harding, from what I've heard so far of that recorded confession of Mr. Franklin's, I don't find anything so strange about it or special.
Yes, that's right, Peter. So far, it runs along the usual course. A businessman falls in with a scheme to get extra allotments of critically short material.
So after a while, this larceny in Franklin's heart goes to the conscience in his head, and he takes his life.
The usual pattern. But now we'll get to the unusual, the rest of the record.
Then, Mr. Harding, on the afternoon of September 2nd, I went to Albert Langdale's apartment to discuss the first shipment of raw nylon to my plant. Langdale's sister Marion was not present this time. We had been talking only a few minutes when the rear door opened suddenly and a man with a gun came in and identified himself as one of your counterspy agents.
What?
The agent was about to put us under arrest when Langdale grabbed his gun. A struggle ensued. The gun went off, and your agent was killed.
Peters, there's more.
Langdale told me to leave and said he would dispose of the body. Later that evening, Langdale came to my home. In payment for the risk he took, he demanded that I turn over to him a controlling share of my stock in the company. I had no choice. I did as he ordered. And that, Mr. Harding, is the entire story. I've had no rest since this horrible thing happened. I'm no better than a traitor and a murderer. I do not ask forgiveness. I deserve none.
Well, Peter?
Strange is right. We've no previous record of this case, have we?
Not at all. Certainly none of our agents has mysteriously disappeared.
Blackmail by a phony murder setup. Old as the hills.
Yes, and as old as espionage and sabotage.
What do you mean, Chief?
Well, we're not just dealing with ordinary blackmail. Look at the aspects of this case, Peters. The Franklin Nylon Company supplies material to parachute manufacturers. Well, the way I see it, this is a scheme planned by foreign agents to sabotage our war industry.
You're certainly giving it a big build-up, Chief.
No, I don't think out of proportion to its importance. But I'm sure that Langdale, or whatever his real name is, and his sister Marion have probably worked this scheme on other businessmen. Now, Peters, I want a teletype sent out immediately to all field officers.
Gotcha. To track down any sudden transactions of controlling stock in subcontracting firms.
Right. I have an idea that will eventually lead us to Albert Langdale, his sister Marion, and their latest victim.
Yes, sir? I believe there's a reservation at this hotel for me. My name is Albert Langley.
Oh, yes, Mr. Langley. Please sign here, sir. Miss Langley is down the hall from you, just a few doors.
Oh, good.
She asked me to notify her as soon as you arrived. I'll call her now, sir.
Thank you, but if you don't mind, I'd rather surprise my sister.
Yes, but it...
Surprise, sister.
Oh, Albert, darling.
Careful, Marion. After all, that's no way for a sister to act, is it? Someone may see us. Let's go inside.
Now you can afford to be less fraternal.
So I can. Now, about our latest prospect.
You're not one to linger long over the niceties, are you, Albert?
When our mission here in the States is completed, we'll have a great deal of time to devote to our niceties.
When will that be?
Just as soon as we extend our control into a few more vital fields of American war production.
Oh, I meant to tell you. I read about Charles Franklin committing suicide.
I read the same thing.
You're not worried about it?
Worried, darling? Don't be foolish. I only wish our other clients had taken the same course. Now, to get to the latest prospect.
Well, he's a manufacturer of small metal parts for radio and radar equipment.
Radio and radar. Excellent, Marion.
His name's Vincent Scott.
Married?
Yes.
Oh.
Unhappily married.
Oh.
I've brought a new life into his life.
Vincent Scott would be amenable to a little larceny?
I didn't bring you all the way down here for nothing.
You've already told Scott about your brother.
I told him my brother Albert has excellent connections in the steel and copper industry.
Seen a great deal of Scott?
Every night for the past 2 weeks. I'm meeting him downstairs in the dining room at 8.
Tonight at 8, Well, then, dear sister, I suggest you call the maitre d' and change that dinner reservation from the two of you to the three of us.
Mr. Langley, I was very surprised when Marion told me you were to have dinner with us here this evening.
Well, Mr. Scott, I just stopped by on my way down from Washington. I'm only remaining for a day or two.
You don't mind, do you, Vincent? I see Albert so little these days.
Mind? Oh, of course not, Marion. As a matter of fact, Mr. Langley, after what your sister told me about you, I was very anxious to meet you.
Really? Well, that is a coincidence.
Coincidence?
Yes. After my sister told me about you, Mr. Scott, I was very anxious to meet you.
Agent Conway, Mason City Counterspy Field Office to David Harding, Headquarters. Report on war production subcontracting firms. Controlling stock of Rayleigh Electrical Equipment Company, this city, transferred August 2nd to an Albert Langston.
Harding to Agent Conway. Continue investigation.
Mr. Harding, Agent Farrell just reported from Caryville Field Office. Controlling stock of Caryville plastic products transferred September 17th to an Albert Lewis.
All right, Peters, wire Farrell. Continue investigation and submit to me daily progress report.
Agent Hudson, Chicago Field Office. To David Harding, Headquarters. Controlling stock of Abbey Glass Fiber Company transferred August 30th to an Albert Lamar.
Harding to Agent Hudson. Stand by temporarily for further instructions.
Will do, Chief.
Well, Peters, what do you think now?
Looks like you pegged it right, Chief. The pattern's there, all right.
Yeah.
An electrical supply outfit in Mason City, a plastics company in Caryville, and a glass fiber manufacturer in Chicago.
And the last victim, the Franklin Nylon Company.
Every outfit a small but vital part of our war production.
Yes, and examine the names of the new owners of the controlling stock, Peters. Albert Langdale, Albert Langston, Albert Lewis, Albert Lamar.
All one and the same person.
No doubt about that at all.
But where to locate him now? Or the woman who works with him?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, I know, but we've got one thing in our favor.
Like what?
Our understanding of the psychology of people like these. They set up a pattern, it works for them, and they stick to it without major variation. Well, Peters, you and I are going to examine that pattern at close range, personally.
Question one of the victims, you mean?
That's what I mean. Call the field. Tell them to get the jet ready for a flight to Chicago.
Right.
In the meantime, I'll radio Hudson that we're on our way out there to take over operations.
Well, Marion, everything is ready for me to take over operations.
You had no trouble selling Scott the idea, Albert?
I sell him the idea. Don't be ridiculous. Should know by this time I never operate on such a clumsy level.
You let him sell you the idea. Huh?
Of course. I merely mentioned my supposed contacts, my ability to procure certain critical materials for my friends.
And naturally, you included any friend of your sister's, a friend of your own.
Naturally.
Albert, you're wonderful.
Am I not?
And impossibly conceited.
Well, I see no reason to be ashamed of my talent.
Oh, you.
Come here. Wouldn't you like me to kiss you?
You know I would.
But not like a brother.
Oh, why must you spoil everything but... Albert, better let me go. The door.
Let it wait.
Maybe Scott.
It is. Go ahead, sir.
You're under arrest by the United States Counterspy. What's the matter, Marion? I scare you?
Oh, no, not much. Max, you fool. You gave me the fright of my life.
Hello, Max. Come on in.
Hello, Albert. Sorry I'm late. My train was held up.
You knew it was Max at the door.
Of course.
I could see.
Oh, you need a drink, darling. I'll have one, too. Max?
A pleasure.
And you needn't rush, Marion. Max and I will talk over our business first.
Oh, the trick. All the low-down, dirty, despicable tricks.
What's eating her?
No sense of humor. Well, Max, you all set to go to work?
All set, Albert. Got a nice new set of credentials. When and where?
Tomorrow night at 11. The Scott Company warehouse on River Street. You'll be sure to give your usual convincing performance.
You don't have to worry about me. When I pop up and say, United States Counterspies, it'll be in the bag.
You are listening to the case of the curious conspiracy on Counterspy. Later tonight, William Bendix stars as beleaguered Chester A. Riley in the delightful Life of Riley. Mom Babson Jr. will be on hand to help Pop out of his many predicaments. And, of course, the friendly undertaker, Digger Odell, will offer his usual chilling advice. Another Friday night chime favorite is Bill Stern's Sports Newsreel, with authentic and dramatic stories of the people who make front-page news. Friday night chimes mean laughs later with the Life of Riley and drama with Bill Stern's Sports Newsreel. Now, back to Counterspy.
Yes?
You're Robert Abbey of the Abbey Fiberglass Company?
Yes, that's right. What is it?
I'm Agent Peters, United States Counterspies. You're wanted for questioning. Please come with me.
This time I want the truth, Mr. Abbey. You were forced into turning over the controlling shares in your company to this Albert Lamar. Now, isn't that right?
No, Mr. Harding.
Mr. Abbey, there's no use in holding out. We know just how you were taken over.
Oh, gentlemen, please.
This man Lamar is a dangerous enemy agent. Under various names, he has defrauded other American businessmen. Now, in order to trap him, we need your help.
There's nothing I can tell you.
All right. Then we'll tell you something.
The reason you turned that stock over to Albert Lamar was because you found yourself an accessory to murder.
What?
The murder of a counterspy agent.
The agent was killed by Lamar right in front of your eyes. Well, Abbey, isn't that the reason? Isn't it?
I had nothing to do with the murder. Please believe me, gentlemen. I wanted to go to the police so many times and tell the whole story, but I just didn't have the courage. It would have ruined me.
Mr. Abbey, that man you saw killed was not a counterspy.
What?
As a matter of fact, he wasn't killed at all.
But I saw it happen. I heard the gun go off.
That was all an act.
A setup for Lamar to get control of your company.
You're not an accessory to murder, Abbey, but you are guilty of intent to conspire.
Oh, that doesn't matter now. As long as I have that terrible thing off my mind.
Well, are you ready to help us now?
Yes, Mr. Harding. Any way I possibly can.
All right. How did you first become involved with this Lamar?
Through his sister, Marion. One day on the street, we bumped into each other accidentally.
You can bet that was no accident. Well, Mr. Harding, now we know how the pattern starts.
Yes. All right, Abbey, I want a full description of both Albert Lamar and his sister, Marion. Then you'll tell us the entire story right from the beginning. From David Harding to all Counterspy field offices, Blue Alert. Be on the lookout for the following persons: Albert Lamar, alias Albert Langston, alias Albert Langsdale, alias Albert Lewis, and woman posing as his sister, Marion. Description follows. Do not apprehend, repeat, do not apprehend these two. As soon as whereabouts are established, notify this headquarters.
Now, Scott, you're sure there's no one in this warehouse but you and me?
Yes, I'm positive. What's taking them so long?
Oh, it's not 11 yet. The truck with the metal will be here on time.
I've never done anything like this before.
It's the first time for everything, you know.
I have a feeling this isn't going to turn out right.
I'm sure it'll turn out exactly right. Just as I planned it.
Langley, someone knocked over a case.
Be quiet.
There's someone in this warehouse. We've got to get out before it's too late.
Too late now.
What?
Both of you stand right where you are.
Why,
One move from either of you and I fire.
What are you doing here? This is Mr. Scott's warehouse.
Yes, I know. I followed you here. You're both under arrest by the United States Counterspies for conspiracy against the government. We've been waiting to catch you, Langley.
I told you, Langley. I had a feeling all along.
All right, you two, let's go. Come on.
Could you wait a moment?
For what?
For this. Let go of that gun. Let go. Not until I get it. Not until...
Langley.
He's dead.
You killed him.
The gun went off accidentally. I didn't mean to...
You murdered him.
Stop it.
Yes.
Stop talking that way.
Yes, you did, yes.
You're in this as much as I am. Don't you forget that. Not for a single minute, Scott.
What are we going to do?
You're in no condition to do anything. Get out of here. Go home. I'll call you later.
Yes, but they'll find out.
No one will find out anything. I'll get rid of the body. You go home and wait for my call. Don't worry. I'll take care of everything. Now, hurry. Get out of here.
Yes. All right. All right.
Come on, Max. Get up.
Well, Albert, did I bite the dust good enough for you this time?
Max, you were magnificent. Absolutely magnificent.
Thanks. So, all you have to do is step in for the wind-up, huh?
That's all.
Well, I'll be on my way. I'll be hearing from you.
Of course, Max. You'll be hearing from me just as soon as Marion and I set the stage for another one of your Counterspy entrances.
Hey, you can't enter this office without knocking first. Who do you think you are?
Well, who do you think I am?
Mr. Harding.
Even after you fooled up, Peter.
Dave, what's the idea?
I was just testing my new makeup.
Come on. What's it all about? The gray hair and everything.
Yeah, and what about this newly acquired paunch of mine, huh? Would you say, Peters, that I'm a typical successful American businessman, huh?
Okay, I say you're a typical successful businessman. Now, how about the whys and wherefores?
Our agents located the woman in a Texas hotel. She's going under the name of Marion Lawrence this time.
What about her partner, Albert?
No sign of him so far, but I anticipate meeting him soon, personally.
Oh, now I get it, the disguise.
Mm-hmm. Everything's set up for me in Texas. Peter, you are now looking at Mr. David Harrison, president of the D&H Chemical Company. Come on, let's go. After all, can't keep a lady waiting.
Harrison, eh, Marion?
That's right, Albert. David Harrison, president of the D&H Chemical Company.
You told him about your loving brother's influence in obtaining critical chemicals?
Yes. And he's very receptive, I'd say.
Then, darling, I'd say it's just about time for me to come to Texas and meet your receptive Mr. Harrison.
David, I hope you don't mind my bringing Albert along.
Oh, not at all, Marion.
Mr. Harrison, my sister has written me so many nice things about you. It's a great pleasure to meet you in person.
Well, believe me, Mr. Lawrence, the pleasure's all mine.
How'd it go tonight, Mr. Harrison?
Fine. I really sold myself to them, Peters, all the way down the line.
Good. Then you ready for the wind-up?
No, not yet. We're delaying arrest until we're sure of getting the third member of the ring, that phony counterspy agent, and all their records and the stocks they've swindled.
You figure it'll take much longer, Chief?
No, not much, Peter. Albert put the bait out on his line tonight. I'll let it wiggle in front of me for another day or so, and then I'll bite it.
I'm all set to go to work, Albert.
You have everything straight, Max?
Sure, it's no different than any of the others.
I mean the time and the place.
10 tomorrow night. Harrison's private office over his factory, right?
That's right.
Here's a drink.
Oh, thanks, darling.
Max?
Thanks, Marion. Well, here's to another one, huh, folks? Let's drink to it.
To another one.
Oh.
By the way, Max.
Yeah?
You were wrong before.
Wrong?
When you said this was going to be no different than the others. Max, I have the most wonderful feeling that this Harrison deal is going to be the smoothest operation of them all.
Hey, what time is it, Lawrence?
You don't have to stand near that window watching the delivery yard. The truck with the chemicals will be here on time. You don't have to worry, Harrison.
Oh, I'm not worried, no.
You're not?
Not a bit.
Well, in case you do have any doubts, let me assure you everything will go exactly as planned.
I know it will.
Of course, you've never done anything like this before.
Well, no, not quite.
You'll get used to it. And you won't regret meeting me, Harrison.
Oh, I know. I'm never going to regret that, Mr. Largo. Hey, nobody'd be ringing me here this time of the night. I didn't tell anybody I'd be here.
It may be for me.
Yeah, maybe it is. I reckon you better take it then.
Hello?
Albert, this is Marion. We're in trouble.
What?
Now listen to me and don't give yourself away.
Go ahead.
I was in my hotel room. Someone knocked on my door and said he was a counterspy. I got out the back way just before he broke the door in.
Where are you now?
At the railroad station. I'm going to get the package out of the locker.
All right, I'll meet you there as soon as possible.
You may not be able to get away from it.
That won't be difficult.
You don't understand. He's not Harrison.
What?
I had a feeling about it. So I phoned the real Mr. Harrison, and he's at home.
At home?
The man with you must be a counterspy.
Yes. Yes, that must be it.
Be careful.
Don't worry. I'm sure it can be managed.
Something wrong, Lawrence? You look upset.
Well, I did have some rather disappointing news. I'm sure everything will work out all right.
Stand where you are, both of you.
Hey.
You're both under arrest by the United States counterspies.
Keep your gun aimed right at him, Max. Don't
what?
take it off him.
Hey, what's this all about?
Yeah, I'd like to know, too.
It seems, Max, that our Mr. Harrison isn't Mr. Harrison. Isn't that right, Mr. Harrison?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the fact that you're a counterspy agent.
Counterspy?
Marion called. She just escaped arrest.
What?
She's at the railroad station waiting for us. We've got to clear out fast.
Yeah, but what about him?
That's right, Albert. What about me?
Well, we know this place may be surrounded.
I've got bad news for you two. It is.
And I've got worse news for you. We're using you to get out. And if we don't make it, you don't live.
Nothing doing, Albert. I'm not getting my head blown
You're
off.
doing exactly as I say. Don't you see, you fool? He may be bluffing.
What if he isn't?
We'll take that chance. You stay right behind him with a gun. Behind him, I said.
Okay.
Now, let's go. Hold it. All right, we'll go down these stairs.
Stand with us.
Get him, Max.
Don't move, Lawrence, or you get the same as Max.
He's not moving, Peter.
Sorry I had to wait so long, Chief, but I had to make sure you were out of my line of fire.
To be honest, I was getting a little jittery.
Marion called,
Just as we planned it.
Planned?
That's right, Lawrence. We let her get away.
Howdy, Agent Braden just radioed us from the railroad station. They picked up the girl just as soon as she got a package out of a public locker.
Everything we wanted in that package, Conway?
Everything, sir. Their records and the stocks.
Good.
Well, Mr. Harding, that winds it up,
To put it formally, Lawrence, you and the girl are charged with conspiracy and espionage against the government. And this is no phony. This is an official arrest by the United States counterspies.
Tune in every Friday, same time, same station, to Counterspy. Listen next Friday for the exciting case of the Insidious Impersonation.
When a certain chess player made a brilliant move, your counterspies were forced to checkmate him with the memory of an appendectomy. These and other facts will be told for the first time next Friday in
Case of the Insidious Impersonation. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York, was directed by Marx B. Loeb, dramatized by Edward J. Adamson, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer. Counterspy is produced by Phillips H. Lord. Great chimes mean good times on NBC. The National Broadcasting Company presents Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy. Calling Washington.
United States Counterspy, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
These Counterspy reports to the American people are brought to you each Friday night. Tonight, the case of the Insidious Impersonation.
Agent Ferguson, Counterspy Liaison Bureau, Washington. To David Harding, Communications Section, Pacific Coast Field Headquarters. Urgent. Ferguson to Harding.
Harding, Pacific Coast Field Headquarters.
Reference confidential file R33X, sir.
Confidential file R33X. Go ahead, Ferguson.
Special request has just come through from the State Department that you personally meet the liner SS Trigania, which arrives in New York tomorrow.
What time is the Trigania due?
It's scheduled to dock at Pier 33 at 10 a.m.
All right, Ferguson, have a cutter standing by for my use. And notify the parties concerned that I'll board the Trigania at Ambrose Light.
Yes, sir, will do.
Peters, notify Spaulding that I'm putting him in charge of our present operation here on the West Coast till you and I get back.
Till we get back? Where are we going?
Now, after you talk to Spaulding, call the airport and order the jet to be ready for a takeoff within an hour.
Why the big rush, Mr. Harding? What's up?
We're making an emergency flight to New York, Peters. I'll give you the details on the way.
Well, Mr. Harding, how about those details now?
Peters, we're flying to New York in reference to confidential file R33X.
File R33X?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. You weren't in Washington last week when I discussed the matter with Mr. Johnson of the State Department.
No. Just what is R33X, Chief?
That's the code number for a special mission to Washington by Mr. Ramon Sierra.
Ramon Sierra, the Philippine statesman?
Yes. Mr. Sierra and his aide, Colonel Manuel Quinto, are scheduled to arrive in New York tomorrow morning aboard the liner Trigania.
I don't get it, Dave. Why New York?
Well, Mr. Sierra is ostensibly taking a long ocean voyage for his health.
Ostensibly?
Mm-hmm.
A cover-up for his business here, isn't it?
Exactly. Very careful plans were made not to arouse the suspicions of Huck espionage agents in the Philippines. The secret conference in Washington will deal with a defense plan for the islands in case of a surprise attack like the Korean affair.
Certainly big stuff, Dave. There's no telling what espionage agents would do to get information on what will be said at that conference.
Or no telling what they would do to stop it. That's why we're on our way to New York, Peters, to make sure that Mr. Sierra's mission is accomplished safely and successfully.
Senor Sierra? Senor?
Over here, Colonel Quinto. The deck's red. What is it, Colonel Quinto?
I have been looking all over the ship for you, Senor Sierra.
Oh?
We have just received a radiogram from Mr. David Harding of the United States Counterspies. He's meeting us aboard tomorrow morning to escort you to Washington.
Ah, David Harding. I will be delighted to see him again.
You don't understand, Senor Sierra. There must be a special reason for Mr. Harding himself to come. The Counterspies must have some special information regarding personal danger to you.
Now, Coronel, do not let your imagination run away with you. I'm sure Mr. Harding comes only because of protocol.
Just the same, Senor, I will not rest easy until tomorrow. I suggest we return to our cabin and remain there until Mr. Harding comes aboard.
But I am expected in a few minutes at Mr. Douglas's cabin. We are to continue our chess game.
Please, Senor, do as I ask. We can afford to trust no one.
Colonel Quinto, you are actually worried about Mr. Douglas.
After all, what do we know of him?
We know that Mr. Robert Douglas is a retired American businessman returning home after a visit to doctors in Vienna.
Espionage agents make use of many disguises.
Mr. Douglas, an espionage agent. Now, Colonel, you're carrying things much too far. Mr. Douglas is a paralytic, confined to a wheelchair for over 5 years. Why, he's so helpless, his nurse, Miss Marshall, even has to make the moves on the chessboard for him.
Just the same, Senor Sierra, we must take every precaution. The future security of our nation is dependent upon your mission. I must insist that you return with me to our cabin.
I am sorry, Colonel, but I have promised my company to a sick man. The least I can do my last night aboard is keep such a promise.
good evening, Mr. Sierra. Won't you come in?
Thank you, Miss Marshall.
I've already set up the chessboard, and Mr. Douglas is raring to go.
I most certainly am, Mr. Sierra. I brought my aide, Colonel Quinto, along. I believe you gentlemen know each other?
Yes, we do.
Of course. Glad to have you here, Colonel.
Thank you.
To be truthful, Mr. Douglas, the Colonel insisted upon coming. Insisted? The Colonel has a notion that you may be a spy. A spy? Really?
As a matter of fact, Mr. Douglas, I can safely say now that you are a spy. You are no more a wheelchair invalid than I am. Is that not true?
All right, Colonel Quinto. Colonel, he's gotten out of the wheelchair.
And Miss Marshall is not a nurse. Are you, Miss Marshall?
No, I'm not a nurse. But I do know how to administer a hypodermic when its use is called for.
Colonel Quinto, you were correct about them all along. I should have listened to you.
Oh, no. I am glad you did not.
What do you mean?
I wanted you to come here. That was the plan.
Plan?
I know your nature very well by this time. I knew you would insist upon coming if I just went so far.
But I don't understand.
You have the hypodermic ready, Miss Marshall?
Ready, Colonel. Now?
In a moment. Now, do you understand, Sierra?
You have been working with him.
We all work in the same cause.
And I trusted you.
That was my purpose, to gain your complete trust. And to make sure that you did not get to that Washington conference tomorrow.
Your plan will not work, Quinto. Mr. Harding will discover what happened when he investigates my death.
But you are not going to die. At least not yet. And you attend that conference tomorrow, but in name only. Is that not right, Douglas?
Si, Colonel Quinto. I will attend. He has my voice.
And that is not all. If you look at Douglas more closely, you will notice that he has your build, too, and your features.
Perhaps that is why you were attracted to me, eh, Sierra?
The impersonation will be flawless. Douglas has been trained well for his assignment. He has memorized all important facts in your career. And Miss Marshall has heard you this, too.
I'll use this hypodermic, Mr. Sierra, to keep you quiet and unobtrusive. So I'll have no difficulty in getting you, as the paralytic Mr. Douglas, off this boat tomorrow morning in New York.
And from the boat, you will be taken away by a special ambulance. All right, Miss Marshall.
Now, Mr. Sierra. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I promise to take very good care of you, Mr. Sierra.
What is...
Yes. Miss Marshall will take very good care of you. Until she is instructed to do otherwise.
I don't know what...
Feeling tired, Senor Sierra?
This is unbelievable. Fantastic.
Of course, Sierra. Fantastic. Unbelievable. That is what we rely on for our success. No one would believe that such a daring venture as this would be attempted. No one. Not even David Harding.
David Harding, United States Counterspy.
I am Colonel Manuel Quinto, aide to Senor Sierra.
Colonel?
Come in, please, Senor Harding.
Thank you. I am delighted to see you again, Senor Harding. Thank you, Mr. Sierra, and welcome back to the United States. It is good to be here again, Senor, and to renew old friendships, especially with you. Well, I've been looking forward to this meeting, too, sir. Let's see. When last we met... yes... It was in December 1943. The conference at your office in Washington in regard to establishing intelligence contact with our partisan forces. Is that not correct? Oh, yes, that's correct, Mr. Sierra. There was such a conference in my office.
Yes. Senor Sierra has a remarkable memory for dates, places, and persons, Senor Harding.
Especially such a person as you, Senor Harding. I am sincerely impressed, sir. Tell me, did you have a good voyage? Very restful, thank you.
And very uneventful, we are happy to report.
Well, gentlemen, I can see no reason why the remainder of your trip should be any more troublesome. Not as long as we are in your hands, Senor Harding.
Well, just a minute, Miss Marshall.
Why, what is it, Purser?
I saw you starting down this gangplank with that wheelchair.
Well, I'm taking Mr. Douglas to the ambulance waiting on the dock. Is there something wrong?
Why, no, miss. Just thought I'd give you some help.
Oh. Well, no, thank you, Purser. I'm quite able to handle it myself.
Very well. Oh. I say.
Yes?
Mr. Douglas, he's looking rather strange this morning.
Strange?
Yes, as if there's something the matter with him. He's not moving.
Oh, that's nothing at all. He's just asleep. I gave him a sedative.
Oh, I see.
You see, he's had a very trying day.
Well, Miss Marshall, he's certainly a lucky man having someone as attentive as you are to take care of him.
Why, that's my job. That's what I get paid for.
Oh, Miss Marshall, I've noticed you many times during this trip. It's obvious to me that you're not just interested in the money that goes with your job.
Driver?
Miss Marshall.
There's a dirt road just ahead on the left. Will you drive the ambulance in there and park?
Right. How's your patient back there? Still asleep?
Uh-huh. And he'll be that way for hours.
How far you want to go, Miss Marshall?
Oh, just a little farther. I've got a car parked in the woods on the side of the road. All right. Stop here.
Okay, Miss Marshall, I'll take him out, get him in the car for you.
Well, that won't be necessary, driver. I can handle it myself.
It's kind of heavy, you know.
I can manage. And I can manage this gun, too.
You are listening to the case of the Insidious Impersonation on Counterspy. Sunday afternoon chimes mean mystery in action on NBC. Mike Waring, better known as the Falcon, lends his debonair touch to the solution of another mystery, followed by that polite, diplomatic, and very deadly detective, the Saint. After the Saint, hear the Big Guy. And then your Sunday afternoon of mystery concludes with that new private eye, Charlie Wilde, who goes into action with a swash of the buckle and a few nonchalant homicides. Now, back to Counterspy.
Mr. Johnson's office is right down this corridor, Mr. Sierra.
Senor Harding, Colonel Quinto and I are very grateful to you and Senor Peters for escorting us here to Washington for the conference.
It was an honor, Mr. Sierra. Here we are.
Well, good afternoon, Mr. Harding.
Afternoon, Miss Lane. This is Mr. Ramon Sierra and his aide, Colonel Quito.
And Mr. Johnson is expecting the gentleman in his office.
Let me thank you again, Senor Harding.
The pleasure was mine, sir.
I hope to see you once more before I leave Washington.
I'm sure we'll see each other again.
This way, gentlemen, please.
Adios, Senor Harding. Goodbye, Colonel Quito. Well, Dave, our job's finished. No, Peter. Our real job has just begun.
What do you mean?
Hold on a moment. I talked to Mr. Johnson on this phone.
Hello?
Mr. Johnson, this is Harding. Now listen closely. Don't give away that you're talking to me, and don't act surprised by what I'm going to tell you.
I see. Very well.
The man who was just brought into your office is not Ramon Sierra.
What?
The man in your office is an imposter, undoubtedly an espionage agent. Now, you'll have to handle this very delicately. Play along as much as you can, but give out no valuable information. You understand?
Yes. Yes, I understand fully. The matter will be taken care of as expertly as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I or one of my agents will be in touch with you after today's conference. National Airport, Thompson. Make it fast. Dave, I don't get all this. I didn't have a chance to explain before, Peter. Now, hold on just another moment while I use the radio. Harding, Car S1, calling headquarters.
Agent Ferguson, go ahead, Mr. Harding.
I just left the State Department building, Ferguson. I want a squad of men sent over immediately to Mr. Johnson's office in the Pacific Affairs Division.
Yes, sir.
Now, my orders are to have Ramon Sierra and Colonel Quito kept under constant surveillance. Now, one more thing.
Yes, Chief.
Contact the airport. Tell them I want the jet ready for an immediate flight back to New York.
Will do, Mr. Harding.
Dave, when did you find out he wasn't the real Ramon Sierra? When I first spoke to him in his cabin on the Trigania.
Oh?
He made a point of reminding me that we had met at a conference in my office back in 1943. Well, there was such a conference then, but I wasn't there. I'd been rushed to the Naval Hospital at Bethesda for an appendectomy.
He was trying all out to sell himself to you.
Yes. Lucky for us, he oversold himself.
Dave, this is one of the most daring schemes on record.
Yes, Peter. And now we've got about the most ticklish counter-spy job on record. Plenty of international ramifications that could blow up right in our face. We're going to have to work in complete secrecy.
Decide on any special modus operandi?
No, nothing special. We're flying right back to New York. We're going to dig until we find out what happened to the real Ramon Sierra.
Good evening, Mr. Sierra.
Huh?
Did you have a pleasant sleep?
Miss Marshall?
That's right, Miss Marshall.
What are you doing in my cabin?
We're not in your cabin. We're alone, Mr. Sierra, in a cottage on the south shore of Long Island. We left the ship over 10 hours ago. We came here by special ambulance.
Then it was no dream.
No dream, Mr. Sierra. Any more than this gun is a dream. Oh, I know you'll be sensible and won't force me to shoot it prematurely.
Colonel Quinto, he has gone to Washington?
Yes. Colonel Quinto and you, Mr. Sierra, are now in Washington, thanks to none other than David Harding, the chief of the United States Counterspies himself.
This insane scheme will never succeed.
It can't fail. You, Mr. Sierra, have already completed the first part of those very important talks with the State Department official, Mr. Johnson. And by this time tomorrow evening, our work here will be finished, and no one will be the wiser. Until, of course, it is much too late.
Peters in patrol car at Pier 33 to Harding, New York field office. Urgent. Peters to Harding.
Harding, go ahead, Peters.
Hello, Dave. I just went over the passenger list of the Trigania with the ship's purser. I've got something that might be a break in the case. Suggest you come down and talk to the purser yourself.
All right, Peters. I'm on my way there.
Well, Colonel Quinto, I would say we are well on our way to success.
Yes. And, Douglas, you can stop with the impersonation as long as we are alone in the hotel room, eh?
All right, Quinto. Well, I've come to really enjoy the part, especially deceiving Harding.
Yeah, you've done very well.
Thanks.
A drink, Douglas.
Delighted.
Scotch, is it not?
Uh-huh. With soda. But light on the soda.
Here you are.
Thanks. Too bad Miss Marshall can't be here to enjoy this.
I am sure Miss Marshall is getting equal enjoyment out of her part of the job.
I suppose so. She's a rather peculiar woman. I don't think I could ever kill anyone in cold blood. She always seemed to get a thrill out of it. But everyone to his own taste, huh?
In our cause, Douglas, it is everyone to his own usefulness.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I forgot. Well, how about a toast, eh, Quinto? To tomorrow, and the final session of the conference.
And to tomorrow, and the phone call I shall make to Miss Marshall.
That's the story, Mr. Harding. You see, sir, I offered to help Miss Marshall take the wheelchair down the gangplank, but she wouldn't allow me.
And this happened, Purser, after the other passengers debarked.
Oh, yes, sir. Quite a time after.
Would you please tell Mr. Harding the condition of Miss Marshall's patient?
All right, Mr. Peters. Well, Mr. Douglas looked rather strange to me. He was slumped over in the wheelchair, motionless.
Miss Marshall told the purser that she'd given Mr. Douglas a sedative.
I see. Did you see Mr. Douglas' face?
Only part of it, sir. See, his coat collar was up and his hat was pulled down.
Oh. Well, did you notice where they went when they got down onto the pier?
Luckily he did, Mr. Harding. There was an ambulance waiting for them, and they drove off immediately.
Oh?
I've already radioed our agents in this area to investigate all ambulance services.
Yeah, good. Now, one more thing, Purser. During the time he was aboard ship, did Mr. Douglas have any close acquaintances?
Well, so now that you ask, I do recall him being friendly with another passenger, Mr. Raymond Sierra.
Sierra, huh?
Yes, Mr. Harding, very friendly. I hope I've been some help.
You certainly have. Thank you very much. Let's go, Peters. New York Field Office, Harding speaking.
Peters, Dave. Braden and I just finished our check on Robert Douglas.
And?
Just as you figured, the name is a phony. No such person living at the address given in the ship's record. Braden was in touch with the passport division of the State Department.
Both Douglas and Miss Marshall's passports are not recorded. Is that it?
That's it, Chief. No doubt now that Douglas changed places with Mr. Sierra.
Yeah, none at all. Oh, we've got Douglas under surveillance, but now the trick is to find Miss Marshall and her new patient.
Yeah, but where to start looking?
Well, get those reports from those ambulance services we're investigating.
And this, Mr. Sierra, is the amount of money the United States will furnish to your government for the purchase of defense equipment.
Senor Johnson, the Filipino Republic is everlastingly grateful for this great kindness.
Yes. Yes, you must be tired, Mr. Sierra. We've been at this conference table for over 7 hours.
No, senor. I am fine.
Well, we could finish the remainder of our business tomorrow morning.
Senor Johnson, I am anxious to finish tonight so I can return quickly to my people with the good news. I am sure you understand.
Yes, Mr. Sierra, I'm sure I understand fully. Well, then we'll go right on. We should be through by 8 o'clock if you have to make any plans.
8 o'clock?
Uh-huh.
I will call my aide, Colonel Quinto, at our hotel so he can make the necessary arrangements.
Harrison just phoned in, Dave. He located the ambulance.
Good.
Not so good.
Why? What's wrong?
The ambulance was not driven to the place noted on the service's record.
Well, what about the driver of the ambulance? Didn't Harrison check with him?
Harrison couldn't check with him, Dave. The driver was found this morning out in some woods on Long Island, dead. Shot through the head.
Hello?
Miss Marshall, Colonel Quinto.
Oh, I've been waiting to hear from you.
Sierra's almost finished with his work here in Washington. You will take a plane and meet us in San Francisco tomorrow evening.
Then everything is all set?
Everything.
And what about my patient?
It is now 25 minutes of 8. Sierra will be through with the conference at exactly 8. And unless you hear from me to the contrary, at exactly 8 o'clock, you will put your patient out of his misery.
Communications Section, Washington, to Harding, New York Field Office. Blow alert on Sierra case. Stand by. Blow alert. Vital information coming through. Stand by.
Harding, Control Car S1, to all motor patrols in New York area. Disregard all previous orders and converge immediately on house at 56 Elm Drive, Glenmore, Long Island. Repeat, 56 Elm Drive, Glenmore, Long Island.
1 minute of 8, Mr. Sierra. You have exactly 1 more minute to live. Well, what's the matter with you? Aren't you afraid? You just sit there smiling.
I smile, Miss Marshall, because in the end I know I will win, and you and the others will lose.
We can't lose now. There's nothing to stop us.
There is always something. Someone to stop people like you.
For a man who's about to be shot to death, you seem very brave.
That does not frighten me. I'm an old man. I have lived a full life.
Oh, no regrets, eh?
Only one.
And that?
That I will not be present when you and the others are brought to trial.
Your time is up, Mr. Sierra. Now we two say goodbye. Hello?
Put that gun down, Miss Marshall.
What?
Put it down.
Who is this?
You're too late now, Miss Marshall. Too late to kill Mr. Sierra.
What kind of a trick is this? Who's talking?
You have exactly 3 seconds to put that gun on the table.
Who are you? Why are you calling me?
Your time is up, Miss Marshall.
Oh, no, you can't trick me. I'll do what I have to
Then
do.
you'll be killed yourself by Mr. Harding.
Harding?
He's standing right behind you in the doorway.
You can't fool me. No one is in this cottage. No one knows I'm here. Harding could never find me.
That's where you're wrong, Miss Marshall.
What?
Look out, Peter! The next shot is for keeps. Now you're going to do as you're told.
That voice on the phone.
That was one of my agents talking to you by radio phone from one of the patrol cars outside this house. We were playing for a few extra seconds to save Mr. Sierra.
I told her, Senor Harding, that she and the others would lose.
How did you ever find us here? What happened to Quinto and Douglas?
We had a tap on Quinto's hotel phone. While he was talking to you earlier, my agents were busy checking the address that went with this phone number.
So Quinto and Douglas, they're waiting for you in Washington. We're arranging a very special kind of conference for all of you.
All right, Peter, you can take her out. I'll be along in a minute with Mr. Sierra.
Come on, let's go.
Senor Harding, it is good to see you again.
You too, Mr. Sierra. You've no idea how good.
Tune in every Friday, same time, same station, to Counterspy. Listen next Friday for the exciting case of the carbon Consul.
When a broken pencil was fitted together 3,000 miles from Counterspy headquarters, the matching pieces blew wide open one of the most sinister international intrigues on record. The full case history will be revealed next Friday in
Case of the Carbon Consul on Counterspy. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York, was directed by Marks B. Loeb, dramatized by Edward J. Adamson, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer. Counterspy is produced by Phillips H. Lord.
3 chimes mean good times on NBC.
Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy. Calling Washington.
United States Counterspies, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
Commencing Sunday, November 5th, Counterspy reports to the American people will be brought to you on Sundays. Consult your local newspaper for the exact time. Tonight, the case of the carbon Consul.
Oh, come on, Horace. Must you walk so slowly?
Lydia, this African sun's the hottest I've been under during the whole world cruise. I'm not going to run in it.
Well, we'll never see the native quarter at this rate.
I didn't want to see it in the first place.
You never want to see anything except the bottom of a highball glass.
Well, what's so wonderful about this section? It's dirty, hot, and the natives aren't exactly smiling at us.
Oh, you're just imagining things. Besides, this is atmosphere.
So I smell. I still think... Watch where you're going.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't look where I was going.
Doesn't the white lady have eyes?
Well, I was just...
Or perhaps the walks of my native Tobastilan are not wide enough. I should step in the streets to allow the grand lady to pass. Look, my wife apologized. How gracious to a poor, humble native that the American should demean himself so.
Well, I never...
Come on, Lydia, let's get out of here. Yes, please. This is our land. Africa for the Africans.
Well, I never... Horace, are you going to let him get...
Quiet and keep walking. I told you the natives weren't really smiling.
But it was just an accident.
Yeah, that fellow was looking for trouble. See, he's got a crowd around him, Lydia. He's haranguing them.
Oh, he's pointing at us.
Come on, Lydia. We've got to get to the American consulate.
Horace, they're coming after us.
Watch out, Lydia. They're going to throw things.
Horace! Oh! My dress!
Come on, Lydia. This way. Run! just the way it was, Mr. Burton. The whole thing started from Mrs. Walters bumping into the native.
I see.
And then the brute started shouting at me as though I'd attacked him. I was never so frightened in my life. I still haven't got my dress back. And this dress...
I'll see that restitution is made for the damage, Mrs. Walters.
The devil with that man. You're the American consul here in this heaven-forsaken country. Can't you see that American citizens are afforded some protection?
We do our best, Mr. Walters.
If we hadn't reached the consulate grounds, we might have been killed.
Mr. Walters, I'll enter a formal protest to the government of Tabascoland.
All right, and by gosh, you tell them that if they can't keep law and order here, we'll come over and do it for them.
I know how you feel. Mrs. Walters, I'll want you to dictate a formal statement of what happened to my secretary.
I certainly will, and I remember everything. You ready, Mr. Burton? She's one of them.
Mrs. Walters, please. Orissa, there's been another anti-American outbreak. Mr. and Mrs. Walters here were the targets of it. I want you to take down their statement of the incident.
Yes, Mr. Burton.
Make several copies. I'll want one each for the authorities here, President Dinard and Police Chief Monaca. And, of course, be sure to send a copy to the African desk of the State Department, Washington. They may want to take drastic action.
If Mr. Peters is in the Counterspy Statistical Department, will he please report to Mr. Harding immediately? If Mr. Peters is in the Counterspy Statistical Department, will he please...
Hello, Mr. Harding. I didn't think you'd gotten back from the State Department so quickly.
Everything happens quickly these days, Peter.
More trouble overseas?
Yes.
Asia?
This time, Africa. But it's all part of the same picture. Tabascoland, one of the few non-colonial countries on that continent.
Oh, yes. The papers yesterday. Anti-American riots.
Yeah. Bad for us.
Is the State Department going to take any action, Chief?
Well, they may have to eventually. But first, they want to get a better picture of what's happening in that country.
So?
So, Peters, I want you to go through the personnel records of all our counterspy agents. Extract the records of all our Negro agents. Get them here as soon as possible.
Okay, Chief.
We've got to work fast. The State Department wants to find out whether this anti-American feeling is foreign-inspired before they're forced to make any more protests to the government of Tabascoland.
President Dinard, my country has asked me as consul to hand you, as head of the government of Tabascoland, this note, formally protesting the treatment of our nationals in your country.
I accept the note, Mr. Burton, with regret, and assure you that we will do all in our power to apprehend and punish the instigators of this disorder.
And now, Mr. President, may I presume to be less formal?
Yes, of course, Mr. Burton.
And unofficial?
Yes.
While awaiting your arrival, I've been talking to your state police chief, Monaca, here. He has some interesting ideas.
I'm sure he has. I have only tried to be helpful, Mr. President. I see, Monaca. Now, these interesting ideas, what are they?
I prefer that you hear them from the lips of Mr. Burton. He may give them more weight than a mere police official can.
Your Majesty is most unusual, Monaca. Go on, Mr. Burton.
Well, as your chief explains it, Mr. President, the main difficulty of law enforcement here is one of tools.
Weapons, you mean?
Yes, Mr. President.
I can hardly agree, Monaca. It was one man who incited this riot. Surely, if you find him, it will take no more than one weapon to arrest him.
Admitted, Mr. President, but one man is but a single grain in the sands of unrest that surround us. Had I weapons and efficient police force, I would soon quell this anti-Americanism in our country.
The force quells nothing. Or do you agree with my chief, Mr. Burton?
Well, after all, when I came here to take up my consular post a year ago, I was kidnapped, held for 5 hours by insurgents.
Yes, that is a painful reminder, Mr. Burton.
It might well have developed into a serious international incident if it hadn't been for my prompt liberation by Chief Monaca here and his officers.
I know that, Mr. Burton, and I was grateful to you for minimizing the affair to your government.
Then why not listen to Mr. Burton's advice now?
You both urge me to request the United States government to send us arms and possibly even advisors to help us administer the internal security of Tabasuland. Is that it?
Exactly, Mr. President.
Do that, and we will be able to cope with any disorders that arise, no matter how grave they may be.
I'm afraid I must still disagree with you, gentlemen. But I am well aware that there is much discontent in the country, and that in some manner that discontent has been channeled against America, Mr. Burton.
In that case, why
importing American arms and advisors would do nothing but crystallize the unrest, put your country in the light of an invader. No, Mr. Burton, before I take any such step, I want to discover the reason for this sudden upsurge, this hatred many of my people have for all that is American. If you or your government can assist us in this, I will gladly accept your help. That, Mr. Burton, you can report to Washington.
This way, Carter.
Right behind you, Mr. Peters.
Mr. Harding, this is Agent Lincoln Carter.
How do you do, Carter?
Hello, Mr. Harding.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Will you want me, Chief?
No, Peters. I'd rather have you set about arranging the details of Carter's transportation, if you will.
I'll get right on it, Mr. Harding.
Doesn't sound as though I'm going to be in Washington very long, Mr. Harding.
No, you won't be, Carter. Not if you're the right man for this job we have.
I hope I am, sir.
Now, let's see. According to your personnel record, you went to Howard University, got a B.A. and M.A. there.
That's right.
Then you did postgraduate work at Columbia, earning the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, huh?
Yes, sir.
Your thesis for your doctorate was on African languages and dialects. Is that correct?
Correct, Mr. Harding.
You, speak these various dialects?
Many of them. The study of African culture and history has been sort of a hobby with me.
Oh?
Something like a Mayflower descendant tracing his antecedents.
I see. Well, tell me, do you know much about the country of Tabasuland?
If it doesn't sound too immodest, quite a bit. As one of the few Negro republics outside of Liberia, I've naturally been interested in it.
Yes, so is the State Department.
Yes, I know. I've been reading in the papers about the recent outbreaks of anti-Americanism there.
You have any opinions on that?
Well, frankly, I've been puzzled. The history of that country has always oriented it toward America. We've helped and aided her in many ways. Why this sudden outburst should occur is beyond me.
Now, come over here, Carter. Take a look at this map. Let's consider the question from the viewpoint of geography.
What do you mean?
Well, Tabasuland could be the eastern doorway to Africa. A foothold there, and any power from the east could gradually spread throughout the entire continent.
Oh, you think Russia
Now,
might...
thinking is unimportant. It's knowledge that counts. But if the State Department's suspicions are true, it means a reformulation of our policy in that area of the world.
I can understand that, sir.
And it's going to be up to you, Carter, to find out if those suspicions are true.
The job you were speaking of?
Yes. Now, you'll work undercover among the citizens of Tabasuland. I want you to find out and report where this anti-American feeling is arising from, and whether it's being provoked deliberately.
I see, sir.
Now, because of the nature of communications in the country, you'll have to transmit your reports by diplomatic pouch.
Through the consul there?
Yes, that's right. He'll be notified to allow you the use of the pouch.
Well, what about identification? Will I carry any with me?
No, except for one simple device to establish your first contact with the consul.
What will that be, sir?
This pencil. Now, wait. I'll break it. There. You take this half.
Right, sir.
I'll see that our consul in Tabasuland gets the other half. When you present the matching half, That will be your identification.
Then I take it I'm not to report to the consul immediately.
No. In fact, don't get in touch with him until you've compiled as complete a report as you can on the situation.
Yes, sir.
Frankly, Carter, if what we suspect is true, your usefulness will be very short-lived after that first report, because the other side has espionage agents as well.
I understand, Mr. Harding.
Now, I know I don't have to stress the importance of this mission to you, Carter, so good luck. And remember, take no unnecessary chances. You may be facing a crafty and dangerous enemy.
You are listening to the case of the Carbon Consul on Counterspy. This Sunday marks the premiere of The Big Show on NBC. Not just any big show, it's the big show. NBC's hour and a half of comedy, music, and drama, the best of each. The Big Show will be heard every Sunday evening over most of these stations, with Tallulah Bankhead as the mistress of ceremonies. Your stars for this Sunday's broadcast include Jimmy Durante, Fred Allen, Ethel Merman, Frankie Lane, Mindy Carson, Meredith Wilson, Danny Thomas, and a host of others. All this and Tallulah, too. No wonder it's The Big Show. Now, back to Counterspy.
Yes?
I would speak to the American consul.
Just like that. Do you think the American consul speaks to any native who walks in from the street?
He will speak with me, woman.
Indeed. Then in that case, what name shall I announce?
None.
None? You haven't even got a name?
No one much less tongue than you have. Take this to your master, woman. He will see me at once.
A stub of a pencil. Hardly an impressive introduction.
Must I beg you to take it in?
I want one each for the authorities here, President Dinard and Police Chief Monaca. And, of course, be sure to send a copy to the African desk of the State Department, Washington. They may want to take drastic action.
If Mr. Peters is in the Counterspy Statistical Department, will he please report to Mr. Harding immediately? If Mr. Peters is in the Counterspy Statistical Department, will he please...
Hello, Mr. Harding. I didn't think you'd gotten back from the State Department so quickly.
Everything happens quickly these days, Peter.
More trouble overseas?
Yes.
Asia?
This time, Africa. But it's all part of the same picture. Tobasso-land, one of the few non-colonial countries on that continent.
Oh, yes. The papers yesterday. Anti-American riots.
Yeah. Bad for us.
Is the State Department going to take any action, Chief?
Well, they may have to eventually. But first, they want to get a better picture of what's happening in that country.
So?
You, of course, are free to read the report, Mr. Burton.
Thank you. I shall.
You rang, Mr. Burton?
Yes. Bring in the diplomatic pouch, please.
Yes, Mr. Burton.
Now, Mr. Carter, is there any other way I can be of assistance to your mission?
At the moment, no.
Well, suppose I have occasion to get in touch with you.
You shouldn't have, but if you do, I'm staying at a small shack, number 13 Garden Alley.
The pouch, Mr. Burton.
Oh, thank you, Rissa. Rissa, in the future, when this gentleman calls, he's to be admitted immediately.
Yes, Mr. Burton. I'll make certain he's admitted in the future.
That is, if I come anymore.
So tell me, your first call is to be your last.
It may well be, Mr. Burton. It may well be. Hello. It is Police Chief Monaca who speaks. Oh, yes. I see. He knows much? Bad. What? You know where he is. Excellent. The address? 13 Garden Alley.
It will be taken care of immediately. Goodbye. Banada.
Yes, Chief Manaka.
There is work for you.
More Americans arriving in our land?
Yes.
It will be simple. Each successive riot becomes easier to incite. I only hope they are as apt targets as those Walter's tourists were.
This is not work for a sharp tongue, but a sharp blade.
Blade?
Yes. This American is no tourist, but a spy and of our color.
Oh?
He must die. There will undoubtedly be a great uproar on his death. So it will be best if you take to the jungles after the job is done.
Yes, Manaka.
I will get word to you when it is safe to return.
As you say.
Now take your blade and call on the man. His address is 13 Garden Alley.
Kerosene lamps. There. Only... Well, I brought only 2 feet in with me. Yet I see 2 more peeking from beneath that curtain. Very tiny feet, too. I suggest the owner of them come out before I put a bullet through that curtain. What is it? Such a pleasure and a surprise. Seems I won't need my gun after all.
Hardly.
Come a little closer to the lamp, please. The flickering kerosene light scarcely does you justice. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Curiosity.
A woman has much of that still. You were expecting somebody?
No.
Well, I certainly wasn't. We shall see.
There comes Doug!
You got the knife!
No, you don't.
Watch out!
I will cut your heart out!
Yes, you won't.
The lamp is falling!
Let go!
The floor! The skeleton! Fire!
What the devil? Orissa?
Mr. Burton, that man who called on you today.
What about him? What are you doing here at this time of night?
I passed the place where he was staying. His shack is in flames. The whole native quarter is going up. I thought...
You thought right, girl. Come in.
I didn't know whether or not...
Call Chief Manaka. Tell him about the fire. Say I'll meet him there and explain everything. This may have grave international repercussions. Mr. Burton, what happened? Orissa said there was a fire, but the whole block burned to the ground.
Our native quarters do not resist fire very well.
An obvious statement.
Fortunately, we have it under control now.
The drums, the chanting, what are they for?
To appease the fire gods. Many of my countrymen still place their faith in the ancient customs of their fathers. I myself prefer water to fight fire.
Well, at the moment, the drums are useful. I think we can talk safely under their cover.
We can, Burton. And we have nothing to fear.
The counter-spy agent is dead?
Yes. We recovered his body. Banada's knife deep in his heart.
You have a most efficient sergeant, Manaka.
Your country, and I don't mean America...
Naturally.
...will pay well for this. I hope.
Extremely well.
What about the report you told me about over the telephone? Will that reach the counter-spy chief?
I shall see that it does. But it will be my version of what's happening in this country, not his agent.
Good.
And that, coupled with the death of this agent, will force President Denard to request American arms and men. And that should provide you with a revolutionary situation that you can exploit to the utmost.
And I shall, Mr. Burton. As long as you continue to make it worth my while.
I'll continue. With good fortune and a little effort, we may be able to turn this incident into a long and costly guerrilla war.
involving the great United States.
Mr. Burton?
Oh, Orissa, I'm glad you waited here.
The fire. Was anyone...
His body was found in the shack. The man who was here.
Oh.
Get a pencil and paper, please. I want to dictate a cablegram immediately. The address is Mr. David Harding, Counterspy Headquarters, Washington, D.C.
Mr. Harding. Mr. Harding.
Oh, you made good time, Peter. Did you get all the material?
Here it is in this envelope, Chief. The complete personnel records of all employees at our Tabassalan consular office.
Good. Now, I don't know how long I'll be gone, so you take over from me here.
Right, Chief.
If anything urgent comes up, get in touch with me through the consulate.
All right, sir. And good luck. I hope you manage to make someone pay for Carter's death.
I intend to, Peter.
So long, Chief.
Mr. Harding?
Yes, that's right. Mr. Burton?
Yes, sir. I have a car right over here.
Good.
We'll go direct to my office, unless you'd rather pay your respects to the Foreign Office of Tabassalan first.
No, Mr. Burton, your office first. I want to interview all the employees there before taking any other action.
And this, Mr. Harding, is the only employee left to interview. My personal secretary, Orissa.
How do you do, miss? You be seated.
Thank you.
I imagine you want this to be private.
If you don't mind, Mr. Burton.
Not at all, Mr. Harding. I'll be outside if you want.
Now, Miss Orissa, let's talk about how you were so opportunely on hand for the fire that killed our counterspy agent, Mr. Carter. Mr. Burton.
Yes?
I've finished here. I wonder if you could arrange an audience for me with the president and the police chief of Tabassalan.
Right away, Mr. Harding. Will you want me there?
Yes, Mr. Burton. I definitely want you there.
Mr. Harding, I can only express my deep regret at the death of your man. It will only add more fuel to the strain between our two countries.
Perhaps not, Mr. President.
Oh?
You're aware of what Mr. Carter's mission here was?
To investigate the rise of feeling against the United States among my countrymen.
Yes, that's right.
Had he made any reports to you before this tragedy?
One, which I read just this morning.
May we inquire as to his findings, Mr. Harding?
Of course, Chief Managa. He reported that the hatred of the United States arose out of local circumstances, that there was no outside provocation, and recommended that the United States aid your country in dealing with this by sending weapons and advisors.
You see, Mr. President, it is as I and Mr. Burton have been saying. I cannot believe it.
I know how you must feel, Mr. President, but when his conclusion is the same as ours, nothing remains for you but to take our advice.
I wouldn't say that, Mr. Burton.
What do you mean?
You see, the report I read was not written by my agent Carter.
What?
That's right, Chief Manaka.
Then who was it written by?
Mr. Burton, our eminent American consul.
Me?
That's right, Mr. Burton, and I've got 2 witnesses to that fact. All right, Orissa, come in and bring the gentleman with you.
Hello, Mr. Burton.
Carter. That's right, Mr. Burton.
Mr. Harding, Burton's got a gun.
Look out, Chief. No, you don't. Oh. Carter, see about him.
He's out cold, Mr. Harding.
You attacked him, your own consul?
Yes, Mr. President, but he was not the real American consul.
I don't understand.
You remember, Mr. President, Burton was abducted briefly when he first arrived here.
Why, yes.
And rescued by your Chief Manaka.
Mr. Harding.
The game's up, Manaka. You're assisting another foreign power, the power whom the so-called Burton was spying for.
You sent that man to kill me, Chief Manaka.
Orissa recognized him as Sergeant Bonata, a member of your own police force.
And when Carter killed him instead and the fire started, he decided to use that fact as a trap for you and Burton.
But how did Carter know Burton was on the other side?
Because Burton was the only one besides Orissa who knew Carter's address.
You'll never...
Stop him, Carter.
You're not getting away. Let go.
Well, you've got a nice right there, Carter. Mr. President, Menaka is a citizen of your country. I'm sure you'll know how to deal with him.
I will, Mr. Harding, but please, one more point.
Yes.
If Menaka and Burton were the instigators of the anti-Americanism, why did they keep insisting on my seeking your country's aid in suppressing that feeling?
Because they were aware, Mr. President, that once such a policy was started, we would have to keep sending more aid and more arms. It would have been another drain on America's might, and there's nothing the power he represented would like better than drain off our strength to weaken us for any major conflict that may eventually come. Well, this at least is one spot where they failed in that strategy, and we'll see that they fail again.
Tune in this Sunday, November 5th, and every Sunday thereafter for Counterspy. Please consult your newspaper for the exact time. Listen this Sunday for the exciting Case of the Mental Murderer.
The secret tip was correct. The hostile secret agents planned to destroy the sanity of a certain American. Who that man was and how we combated the scheme is the subject of our next report. Listen on Sunday to
Case of the Mental Murderer on Counterspy. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York, was directed by Marx B. Loeb, dramatized by Palmer Thompson, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer. Counterspy is produced by Phillips H. Lord.
Three chimes mean good times on any.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy, calling Washington.
United States Counterspies, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
These Counterspy reports to the American people are brought to you each week at this time. Now, the case of the stolen secret.
Dr. Hilton, I wish you'd let me go with you.
It's best that I go alone, Lucy. After you leave me off at the railroad station, I'd like you to go back home and wait until you hear from me.
Just as you say. But somehow I don't like the idea of you going to Washington by yourself.
I'll attract much less attention that way.
That formula in your briefcase is so important, you can never tell what might happen.
Now, come, Lucy. You're getting all upset over nothing at all.
You've worked 2 long years on it. I've watched you, Dr. Hilton. I know how much it's taken out of you.
It was worth every minute of it, my dear.
I know, but I can't help thinking of the desperate measures certain people might take to gain possession of it.
At the present moment, my dear Lucy, that would be a sheer waste of time. Only this week I discovered certain of my hypotheses were invalid. Fortunately, I know now the cause of my errors. Nevertheless, my formula will still be in the hands of the National Defense Coordinator in the morning.
Oh, you say it so lightly, as though your very life weren't in danger.
Lucy, I'm not the swaggering hero you'd like to think I am.
I think you're pretty wonderful, Doctor. Do you mind?
Not at all. I'm flattered.
You've been like a father to me.
Yes, unfortunately, I'm at the age where I best suit the fatherly role.
Is this close enough to the platform?
Fine, my dear, fine.
Dr. Hilton, I still can't help worrying. Won't you please let me go with you? I brought along my overnight bag. Please say yes.
Lucy, believe me, I assure you that nothing very much can happen to me or the formula.
But how can you be so sure?
Because until I make certain revisions in my figures, my formula will be of no consequence. Several hours' work in my train compartment at most. Until then, what I'm carrying in my briefcase is worthless.
Are you sure you're not telling me a story?
My word of honor. Now, do you feel better about it?
Much. But you will be careful anyway. Now, promise me.
I promise, my dear, not to run afoul of any cloak and dagger tactics between now and my arrival in Washington. Well, there's my train coming in. I'll be back in Centerdale Tuesday. Goodbye, Lucy.
Goodbye, Doctor.
And don't worry. Everything will be perfectly all right. Perfectly. Yes, who is it?
Conductor, sir.
No, just a moment.
Piece out of you, Hilton, and you're dead.
What?
Inside.
What's the meaning of this?
No, it's the dark. You'll be good or a bullet goes through your head.
What do you want?
You know what I want. And it won't have to be a mess if you hand it over.
I don't know what you're talking about. If it's money you're after...
Yeah, it's money I'm after. Not the kind you'd be carrying. Maybe this has what I want.
Give me that briefcase.
Thanks for telling me it's in here.
Give me that.
I told you to sit down.
Please. You must
let go. Okay, you asked for it.
Agent Jennison, Centerdale Counterspy Field Office, to David Harding, Washington. Dr. Theodore Hilton found murdered aboard train en route Washington. Train being held at this stop for thorough investigation. Will stand by for any special orders from you.
Report immediately to my office. This is urgent.
And here's Jennison's supplementary report, Peters. Came in over the counterspy wire 3 minutes ago.
Dr. Theodore Hilton. I've heard that name, Mr. Harding.
Dr. Hilton was a research scientist.
Oh, yes. In the field of fuel refining, right?
Right. He just completed developing a new formula for processing a special fuel for jets. It was to have given us a sure edge on air power. Dr. Hilton was on his way to Washington here to explain the process to government technicians.
It isn't hard to fill in the rest, Chief. The formula's missing.
Yes, but we do know that it was being carried in a tan leather briefcase, locked. The case was missing from his train compartment.
Any other leads?
No. Still too early to determine what sort of instrument struck the blow that killed Dr. Hilton.
Did anyone see Hilton with another person on the train?
We don't know yet. All the passengers are being questioned.
The thing is to find out what happened to that briefcase.
Yes, and the espionage agent who took it. I've already sent out orders to put every available man on this case. All roads, train stations, bus depots, and airports in that area are now under our surveillance.
What do we do now, Dave?
Now, Peters, we're taking the jet to Meadville to supervise operations.
Okay, coming up, a ham on rye. 2 coffees. Yeah, coming up. I got 'em. coffee coming up. Sugar's down.
Pack of cigarettes?
Aye? Yeah, what kind?
What do I care? Any kind.
Okay, here you are. I get you some matches.
Keep. Good night.
Hey, wait a minute.
Operator.
Quick, operator, get me the Counterspy field office here in town.
Right away, sir.
Centerdale, Counterspy Field Office, Agent Jennison.
Yeah, hello. This is Cy Smith, Smitty's Diner on Elm Street.
Yes?
Look, a guy just walked out of here carrying a briefcase that looked like the one I heard about on the radio, the one that Dr. Hilton had when he was killed.
He just walked out?
Yeah.
Did you watch where he went?
Yeah, he hopped into a car out front. It looked to me like it was a Chevy.
Could you describe what he looked like?
Sure. He left a $50 for a pack of smokes. Who'd forget a guy like that?
Harding, go ahead, Jennison.
Continuing report on the diner operator. He's given us a pretty clear picture of the man with the briefcase, but he was unable to make identification from our local photo file.
All right, Jennison, contact our statistical department in Washington. Tell them to have everything prepared for an identification search. Then have that diner operator flown to Washington as soon as possible. You got that?
Yes, Mr. Harding. I'll get right on it.
Where were you, Karok? I've been trying to get you on the phone for a couple of hours.
Steve, I do not sit in this hole in the wall developing pictures every minute of my life. I go out to eat sometimes. Not often, but every once in a while.
Yeah, you take 3 hours to eat. Me, I walk around with those hot papers on me, right out in the open.
I'm not interested in your tale of woe. Gorok has his own. I stand in a dark room till the sight of the sunlight blinds me. I am not better than a donkey used in the mine.
Yeah, you and your talk.
At least I do my job well. There was nothing about killing Dr. Hilton in the instructions given to you by Mr. Sibley.
Well, I couldn't help it. The old guy got too rough for his own good.
Mr. Sibley will not be happy about that.
Well, who's asking you what Mr. Sibley will be happy about? Here's the stuff. Put it on microfilm and shut your mouth.
The likes of you, Gorok does not take orders from. Gorok is an art.
Gorok is nothing but a big mouth. Now, come on, take the papers and do what you're supposed to do.
I am to do nothing until Mr. Sibley arrives. Gorok is wise enough to follow instructions.
You sure put on a big front, don't you, Gorok? I do the dirty work.
Very dirty work.
I'm telling you, Gorok, I'm not taking much more of you.
You cannot frighten me, Steve. Gorok has brains.
Yeah, well,
and Gorok also has a gun in his pocket. Ah, Mr. Sibley. Good evening, Mr. Sibley.
I see we're all assembled. Good.
He just got here.
Yes. Steve. Hello, Mr. Sibley. It would be more appropriate to make that goodbye, my friend.
What?
You needn't become alarmed. As yet, I haven't decided under what circumstances we shall part. I'm convinced only of the necessity of ending our relationship.
Now, look, Mr. Sibley, I got what you were after.
Control yourself.
Yes, Steve, do. There's no need for becoming upset.
A drink, Mr. Sibley?
Not at the moment, Gorok, thank you.
Here's the papers, Mr. Sibley. Maybe we don't click too good together, but anyway, here's what you were after. So if it's okay with you, I'll take my payoff now and beat it.
To simple minds, everything seems so uncomplicated.
Sit down, Steve. I have some things to say to you before you leave.
I'll stand.
As you wish. Briefly, my friend, you've gone about your assignment in a fashion so slovenly that I find it absolutely incredible.
You mean about what happened to Dr. Hilton?
What else could I possibly mean?
Well, I couldn't help that. It was an accident. I didn't think that slug on the head would kill him. Honest, just an accident.
That's unimportant now. The man is dead, and the formula is of almost no use to us because of that fact.
Without Dr. Hilton, it'll take much too long to make practical application of those papers you think so valuable.
That is why Garok did not put them on microfilm.
So the operation itself is a failure. But added to that, you've allowed yourself to become identified.
What do you mean? Nobody saw me.
No? The description of your unhappy countenance has been advertised on every radio station in the country.
But I'm telling you...
Why didn't you get rid of that briefcase, you imbecile?
I did get rid of it. I threw it in an empty lot.
But not until after you were seen with it.
Well, I couldn't help it. It had a lock on it. I had to break the lock, didn't I?
Quiet. The point is you're very dangerous to us at the moment, to our entire network. And most important of all, to my superior.
Why, I thought you were running the operation.
Garok.
Yes, Mr. Sibley.
I shall leave the matter of Steve's disposition up to you.
And I, Mr. Sibley, will leave it up to this gun.
Hey, wait.
For Garok, this will be an exquisite pleasure.
I shall wait here until you return. Where is the liquor?
In the chest over there. I have some very fine brandy.
Now, Mr. Sibley, give me a break.
I do enjoy fine brandy so much. Goodbye, Steve.
Yes?
Miss Lucy Braden?
Yes?
I'm David Harding, Miss Braden. This is my assistant, Mr. Peters. We drove over from Meadville to speak with you.
Oh, please come in, gentlemen.
Thank you.
This way, we can talk in the living room.
All right.
You've been with Dr. Hilton for a number of years, we understand.
Yes, Mr. Peters, I was his ward. After I became of age, I stayed on with him, you might say, as a secretary. Won't you sit down?
Thank you. Now, we'll try not to take up too much of your time, Miss Braden. We realize how you must feel.
Yes?
Just a few questions, and then we'll leave.
I'll tell you anything I can, Mr. Harding.
The doctor's laboratory is on the premises here, isn't it?
Yes, at the rear of the house.
Oh.
And his bedroom was right next to it. My room is upstairs.
Does anyone else live in this house, Miss Braden?
Well, we have a housekeeper, but she doesn't sleep in.
Then there was only you and Dr. Hilton.
There used to be my brother Charles. He was the newspaper correspondent who disappeared in Eastern Europe 2 years ago.
Yes, Miss Braden. As we know about your brother, his case is still an open matter in our files.
First Charles, now Dr. Hilton.
We may yet locate your brother, Miss Braden.
Oh, I've given up hope. Dr. Hilton and I both knew why Charles disappeared. Because the country in which he was working didn't like the truth. And Charles told the truth in his defense.
We'll be just a moment more.
It is quite all right. I don't mind if I can be of any help.
Well, who knew about Dr. Hilton's plan to go to Washington?
I did.
Besides yourself?
The housekeeper, perhaps?
Oh, I don't believe so, Mr. Harding. Dr. Hilton cautioned me to mention it to no one.
I see. Well, that's about all, Miss Braden.
If there's anything else I can do...
No, not at the moment. But if you do think of anything that might help us, you can reach me at the Counterspy field office in Meadville. Call me anytime, day or night.
Do you think you'll be able to find the man who...
I don't know, Miss Braden, but we're certainly going to try very hard. Very hard.
Well, Garok, you're back sooner than I...
Sibley.
Garok, what happened? Your head is bleeding.
That animal, Steve.
Come on, man. Speak. What happened?
He lunged at me before I could fire.
What?
He was desperate. You know how a man who is going to die sometimes becomes...
You let him get away.
I tried to stop him. I held on to him. Garok, a small man. He is
such a large animal. He kicked me. Oh, my head.
He got away.
He kicked Grok. Kicked me in my head.
Now the counterspies will have him in no time.
Help me, Mr. Sibley. Oh, the pain in my head. Help me.
5 minutes after they have him, he'd have told them everything. Oh, Grok, you fool. It was going to be an exquisite pleasure for you.
Grok had the brains, but he had the instinct and speed of an animal.
You bungled, ruined everything.
Oh, my head. Oh, Mr. Sibley, do something for Grok. Do something to stop the pain in his head. Oh.
All right, Grok. I'll help stop the pain in your head.
Oh, you're a merciful man, Mr. Sibley.
I'll stop the pain in you forever.
You are listening to the case of the stolen secret on Counterspy. That new private detective, Charlie Wild, solves another mystery in just a short while over most of these NBC stations. And later today, there's another broadcast of your Sunday evening extravaganza, The Big Show. Your stars tonight will be Groucho Marx, Ezio Pinza, Jane Powell, Fanny Bryce, Frankie Lane, Mindy Carson, Frank Lovejoy, Meredith Wilson, and many, many more. Supervising the hour-and-a-half Big Show will be MC Tallulah Bankhead. And incidentally, when unpredictable Tallulah meets unconventional Groucho, look out. It's The Big Show every Sunday on NBC. Now, back to Counterspy.
That's the information, Carter. Radio to all patrols. Have them notify me here at the Meadville field office.
So his name is Steve Meeker, eh, Mr. Harding?
Meeker. He's got a record a half-mile long. If he's still in the area of our operation, he's a gone duck.
That idea of yours sending the diner owner down to Washington for identification paid off.
Well, we can't be too sure yet, Peters, but it certainly saved us some time. Wait a minute. Harding speaking.
I want to talk to you, Harding.
Who's this?
Steve Meeker.
You're Steve Meeker, you say?
That's right.
Meeker, Dave? Get on the extension.
I give up.
I'm listening.
I heard my name on the radio just now. I'm cut off, I know it. I can't move 2 feet without there's a cop right there.
All right, Meeker, if you're ready to give up, all you have to do is walk into the field office here. I'll call my men off.
Oh, it ain't your men. There's someone else in Meadville I'm worried about.
Who?
You gonna come for me?
Where are you?
Over in Centerdale.
Who's after you, Meeker?
Nothing doing. I don't spill that until I know it's gonna do me some good.
All right. Where exactly are you?
In a drugstore.
Now listen to me. Get out of that store. The one you're worried about may be there instead of Meadville. Go to the address I'm going to give you and tell whoever's there that I sent you, and I'll be along to pick you up. You'll be safe there.
Okay.
14 Crown Street. Got that?
Yeah, 14 Crown.
Wait there for me. I'm starting for Centerdale now.
Yes?
This is 14 Crown, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, then I got the right place.
Whom do you wish to see?
I don't know the name.
Oh, I'm sure you must have the wrong information.
Oh, no. This is where David Harding sent me.
Mr. Harding?
Yeah, he said I should wait here for him. He said if I gave you his name, you'd let me in.
Then come in. You can wait for Mr. Harding in the living room. I'm Lucy Braden, Mr.
My name doesn't count.
Didn't Mr. Harding say what time he'd be here?
As soon as he can get over from Meadville.
Sit down if you like.
Thanks. Mind if I smoke?
Not at all. Can I get you something?
Well, what have you got? Maybe rye?
I'm sorry, we have no whiskey in the house.
Beer?
No beer either. But I have some soft drinks in the refrigerator.
Soda pop, eh?
Yes. Would you care for some?
Well, okay. I wouldn't mind.
I'll be right back.
Hey.
Yes?
Cut matches them all up.
You'll find a lighter on the desk.
Thanks. They never work, these lighters. Never the first time.
We only have root beer.
Oh, root beer's okay. In fact, it's perfect.
I took the liberty of pouring your glass.
Mm-hmm. You can take any liberty you like with me, Annie. Any time.
There's more if you want it.
Nice and cold. I like drinks that are nice and cold.
Would you please...
Would I what?
Nothing. Are you sure Mr. Harding sent you here?
Mm-hmm. He sent me. He sure set up something nice and neat for me.
What do you mean?
Look, honey, I'm no friend of Harding.
Then what is
I'm on the lam. Wait.
Let me go, please.
Cancel me just now, like that.
Please, let me go. You're hurting me.
I was going to do a dumb thing, but now I got a better idea. Yeah, great. What a setup.
Please let me go, please.
You're leaving this place now with me.
What?
That's right. You're getting me out of this jam, baby. You're my rain check. No cop in the world would take a pot shot while I got you right next to me. And Harding set up the whole thing himself. We'll write him a letter of thanks when we get out of the cut.
You're crazy.
Sure, like a fox.
You can't get away. If you're wanted, they'll get you sooner or later.
With you along, honey, nothing can...
Oh. Nothing?
Huh?
Nothing, Steve.
Silly.
I'm taking up where Garok left off. Garok was right. You are an animal. A man dies much faster.
And that, Lucy, makes the final bridge we've burned behind us.
You waited long enough to fire, Stiglitz.
Sorry, my dear. It all rather amused
Don't be insolent.
Forgive me. Well, we owe a great deal of our good fortune to Harding, eh, Lucy?
Yes, but you'd better not be here to thank him.
That must be Harding now. It's too late for me to get out.
Get in the back of the house. Hide in the kitchen closet.
Well, they must have heard the shots. What are you going to tell Harding?
Leave that to me. Give me your gun.
Yeah.
Now hurry. Do what I told you.
All right.
Oh, Mr. Harding. It was terrible.
What's happened, Miss Braden? Where's the man I said?
Come in, please. Did you hear the shot?
Shots? What shots are you talking about?
There's the man you sent. Over there near the table.
What happened?
He tried to make me go with him. He said he was going to use me as a shield. I broke away from him, and there was a gun in the desk. I tried to hold him at bay. He came after me.
Now, take it easy, Mr. Braden. You don't have to be too upset. He was a vicious killer. He murdered Dr. Hilton.
He was the one?
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Harding, how could you send that man here to this house of all places?
I'll let you think about my reason for that, Miss Braden, when you're in a cell, in a good, strong jail.
What?
Until you come to trial for murder and espionage.
What are you talking about?
As the head of aspiring, Miss Braden, you should know exactly what I'm talking about.
You don't know what you're saying.
Now, if you'll just come along, we can talk it all over down at the field.
Stand right where you are, or I fire this gun.
Oh, I do know what I'm talking about.
Unfortunately for you, you do.
I'm interested in one thing especially. How can your sentiments be what they are in the face of what happened to your brother?
Very simple. My brother is alive and well. He went to the place where he is now of his own free will. We both have the same political sentiments. Charles is waiting for me to join him.
You'll never make it now. I never shot a woman, but I'd be glad to make you an exception unless you drop that gun. All right, come on, you. You're joining the party.
All right.
Would you consider resisting arrest? No, what a shame.
Where'd you find him, Peter?
Lined up with a couple of dirty brooms in the kitchen closet.
Lucy, what are we going to do now?
Plead guilty as charged.
First, Mr. Harding, you'll have to prove those charges.
That won't be hard. This evening, my agents came across a dead man named Garok. Of course, Garok didn't talk, but the data we found in his photo lab did.
I'll take these two along.
Wait, just a moment, Peters. I have something that may interest Miss Braden.
I doubt it.
Usually, Miss Braden, the counterspies operate on a highly scientific basis, but every once in a while we have to resort to our knowledge of criminal behavior to get results. You were much too innocent of too many things. You went out of your way to point out that you were the only one who knew Dr. Hilton was going to Washington. A fact you made no bones about, obviously to establish how innocent you were. It was your behavior that got results in this case.
Oh, no. It was the stupidity of my associates.
Oh, no. The stupidity was essentially yours to think you could get away with treason. All right, now, Peters, you take them away.
Tune in every week, same time, same station, to Counterspy. Listen next week for the exciting case of the Pseudo Spuds.
When an agricultural magician sowed tons of potatoes, he hoped to reap $500,000 in cash. Instead, he reaped a harvest of sawdust that blew up in his face and launched your counterspies on a search for clues that covered thousands of miles. The full details will be revealed next week in Case of the Pseudo Spuds on Counterspy. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York, was directed by Mark B. Loeb, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer. Counterspy is produced by Philip H. Lord. Now, Charlie Wilde, and in a half hour, hear The Big Show on NBC.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy, calling Washington.
United States Counterspies, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
These Counterspy reports to the American people are brought to you each week at this time. Now, the case of the Pseudo Spuds.
Yeah, just a minute.
Hello, Johnny.
Okay, well, come on in.
Nice joint you got here.
For what New York offers, it'll do. How's with you, Silky? Long time no see.
Getting by.
Who you looking for, Lily?
Never met her. Just heard about her. Like to see her.
She home? No, she's got one more show to do at the club tonight. Be here in about half an hour.
Half an hour, huh?
Yeah, stick around.
You know, I could never figure the story on her.
What do you mean, Silky?
Well, here she has Dirk Martin on the string. Biggest gambler in town. Fur coats, jewels, anything she wants. And she blows them all for you.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, look, let's not kid ourselves. You're no big-timer. You're just a small-time hood liable to get his head blown off any minute. What's the secret, Johnny?
I'll show it to you.
Wedding ring, huh? That's right. I heard you got married.
It's as simple as that, Silky.
Too bad Dirk didn't know the secret.
Look, Silky, I don't like the way the conversation's going. What's on your mind?
I guess you ain't heard, kid.
Heard what?
I'm working for Dirk Martin now.
Working for Martin? I didn't even know you knew him.
Didn't you?
So he's still peeved about Lily?
No, he ain't peeved, Johnny.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
He just hates your guts. That's why he sent me around.
We're going over, huh?
It ain't that simple, Johnny. He wants Lil back.
Oh, he does. Well, let him try to get her to leave me.
Yeah, Dirk figures she won't. That's why you're going to leave her. Permanently.
got... Johnny. Johnny!
Car number 14. Car number 14. This is a 3-2 signal. Investigate report of murder, 413 East Houston Street. Car number 14. Car number 14. Investigate report of murder.
Johnny. Johnny.
A place can become lonely all of a sudden, can't it?
What?
I suppose I shouldn't intrude at a time like this, Mrs. Darvell.
What do you want? Who are you?
A friend, I hope. And I think I want the same thing as you do.
Same thing.
Johnny's murderer. I heard the flash on the radio the other day.
Johnny. Do you know who it was?
Yes.
Who? Tell me.
Easy, Mrs. Darvell. I can't prove anything. I just know it from the grapevine.
Who? What's his name?
Can't you guess?
Everybody liked Johnny. He didn't...
Everybody except Dirk Martin.
Dirk.
That's the word that's out.
Dirk.
A gun, Mrs. Darvell? That's hardly the smart thing.
Get out of my way.
Wait till I close the door.
Don't try and stop me, whoever you are. I should have known it was Dirk.
Look, Mrs. Darvell, my name is Gordon, Silky Gordon. I want to get Martin, too, but not the stupid way. That's why I came here. Now, I think that both of us can work together and be in the clear.
If you're trying to stop me...
I'm trying to help you. How'd you like to take Dirk Martin for a bundle of dough, frame him on a federal rap that he'll never get out of, and stay in the clear yourself? That's the real way to even things up for your, Johnny.
All right, Gordon. Talk.
Place your bets, all bets down.
Am I too late to put a blue chip on number 6?
No, madam, you can...
Lily.
Hello, Baldy.
Pay 15 on the red.
Upset, Baldy?
No, glad to see you, Lil, but it's busy. Place your bets, all bets down.
Hello, Mrs. Darvell. Anything we can do for you?
Dirk Martin. I thought Baldy would push his little button when he saw me. You came promptly enough.
I asked if there's anything we could do for you, Mrs. Darvell.
Well, you might offer me a drink.
Of course, Mrs. Darvell. Let's sit in that end booth. Hey, Mike. 1 martini dry with olive. That's it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I heard about Johnny. Too bad.
Yeah. Leaves me kind of on the town again.
Well, that's one way of putting it. What's the point of this call?
Money.
Oh? Isn't that kind of blunt, Lily? After all, you gave me the go-by for Johnny. If he didn't leave you fixed, that's too bad.
Oh, I'm not asking you for any jerk. I'm offering you a way to make some, with me in for a cut. I can use dough right now.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. Well, what's the pitch?
What do you think of the war situation?
Huh?
Making conversation.
Well, that came from right field.
Well, what do you think of the international situation?
Bad, I suppose. Sometimes good, but mostly bad. Why?
It depends on how you look at it.
That means what?
There's one way to look at it that might mean close to $1 million in cash for us.
$1 million?
If you're not above such petty sums, Dirk, you can find out more about it at my apartment tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Good night.
Hey, wait a minute, Lily.
Sorry, Dirk. Good night.
Harding, all the heads of our regional counterspy offices are assembled in the auditorium.
Oh, good, Peter. Have arrangements been made to fly them back to their offices as soon as the meeting's over?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go.
Right.
Gentlemen, Mr. Harding. Greetings, gentlemen. It's been quite some time since I've seen all our counterspy regional directors together like this.
But I called you here for briefing and information regarding the grave foreign situation. But first, a bit of good news. Our Counterspy budget has been increased considerably, enough so that each regional office can have almost twice the number of agents you are now staffed with. This increase has been granted for a definite purpose. The United States wants to make sure that there will be no repetition of the scrap metal to Japan situation at this particular time. The additional personnel will be used to check all export shipments leaving this country. All suspicious shipments will be reported to this headquarters immediately for further action. That is all, gentlemen. The rest of your instructions are in the mimeograph pamphlet handed to you.
On the dot, Dirk. You're prompt.
Yeah. I'm curious.
I was sure you would be. Come in. I want you to meet someone.
Meet someone? What do you mean?
Relax, Dirk. It's not the law, and it's no one you know.
Lily, if this is a joke...
Dirk, I'd like you to meet...
Well, Lily, is this the fella you was telling me all about? Hiya, stranger. Say.
Say?
Yes, Gordon's the name. G-O-R-Done Gordon. Little joke of my own. I never have to spell it out.
No?
Say, that's a mighty good grip you got there. Stand up to any man in Idaho except me.
So what do you want?
I hope I didn't hurt you, boy. I got a powerful grip myself. Get it from farming, you know. It strengthens the wrist.
Mr. Gordon, would you get me my cigarettes? They're in the kitchen.
Why, sure thing, little gal. In 2 shakes of lamb's tail. I'll be right back.
What was that?
Like him?
A plow jockey. Who likes or doesn't like?
Well, I thought
What's the play, Lily? First you mention the international situation and then $1 million. Now you spring this hayseed on me.
I heard that, boy. Hayseed, is it? Now, look, mister, I like your looks, but I don't allow no man to insult me.
Take it easy, Gordon. I didn't insult.
All right, Silky, drop the act. Save it for the paying customer.
Okay, Lily. Look, I got him a little white around the gills. I thought he thought I was going to take a swing at him. Huh?
Hey, what is this, huh?
Meet Silky Gordon, one of the best con men in the business.
Hiya, Martin. How'd you going, huh?
Yeah. Hey, Lily,
Silky will take over from here. He's got an idea that his act and your dough will net us $1 million to split 3 ways.
How? In one word, potatoes.
What?
Those little things you fry, boil, or mash.
And that I grow out on my Idaho farm and supposedly deal it.
Potatoes? You mean $1 million out of Spuds? Oh, you're crazy.
So's a fox. I've got the whole scheme mapped out on paper.
All we need is that old warehouse of yours and $50,000 operating capital.
What do you say?
Well, what am I supposed to say? Yes, on what you told me? For $50,000, I want more information than that.
Sure. Take your time. Here's a setup. Read it.
Okay. Give me a short rundown on it.
Potatoes, Martin, price supported by Uncle Sam. You know this?
So?
This means the government buys them to keep the market price up to a certain level.
Yeah?
At present, $1.50 to, $1.80 100 pounds.
Yeah, I've heard tell of it.
And then they sell them for export at $1 cent 100 pounds just to get rid of them.
Yeah, keep going.
Well, we buy them for that. 1 cent 100 pounds, you see? And then sell them right back to the government again at $1.50 100 pounds.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah, just like that.
Simple, isn't it, Dirk?
But wait a minute. You said we had to buy them for export to get them at $1 cent 100 pounds.
That's right. We'll swear that we intend to dehydrate the potatoes. That is, dry them and export.
I'm following you.
Instead, we'll fill cardboard cartons with sawdust, label them dehydrated potatoes, and ship them to a stooge company in Europe, selling the real potatoes back to Uncle Sam at 10 or 12,000% profit.
Nice. Real nice.
Are you in, Dirk?
Maybe yes. Now, give me a little time. I want to read this stuff Gordon gave me and figure the angles.
Take a lot of time. Uncle Sam will still have the potatoes to sell.
Call me here when you decide, Dirk. I'll be waiting, and I'm sure you'll be calling. Hello?
Dirk, Lily.
I knew you'd call. Are you in?
Yeah. I'm having the boys clean out the warehouse.
And, what about the $50,000 capital?
You'll get it in a couple of days.
Oh, that's the way we like to do business, Dirk.
And tell Silky to start the ball rolling. And Lily, remember, I'll be watching you all the way.
I'm sure you will. Goodbye.
Dirk left?
Yes, Silky.
He bit?
With all his teeth, the rat.
Wonderful. When's he coming across with the 50 G's?
In a couple of days.
And as soon as we get his dough, we start fitting him for the frame.
That's what I'm in this for, Silky. And it better be one he can't break out of.
He won't, baby. We'll work the deal just once with 50,000 bags of potatoes. I've got the contacts in Washington, so I can sell that many to the government.
What do I do?
Now, I've gotten in touch with a logging camp for the sawdust and cottons. You close the deal with them, and then apply for the export license for dehydrated potatoes in Dirk's name.
I'm beginning to get the picture.
And then, after I've collected from the government,
we leave Mr. Dirk Martin holding one big empty bag.
You are listening to the case of the Pseudo Spuds on Counterspy. Tonight on NBC, it's the big show once again over most of these stations. Tallulah Bankhead is your MC, and just listen to a few of the stars who will be with you tonight. Bob Hope, Eddie Cantor, Jimmy Durante, Perry Como, Jose Ferrer, Mendy Carson, Meredith Wilson and his orchestra, and a host of other great performers. For an hour and a half of the best in comedy, music, and drama, it's the big show tonight. Another Sunday evening favorite is Theater Guild on the Air. And this week's hour-long Theater Guild production is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, starring Frederick March, Barbara Belgettis, and Hugh Williams. The chimes are your invitation to top Sunday evening listening here on NBC. Now, back to Counterspy.
Hello?
Well, old Farmer Gordon speaking.
Silky, you hear anything yet?
I just got an acknowledgement of receipt from the government. They got my shipment of 50,000 bags of fine Idaho potatoes.
Well, what about the payment?
I'll receive the check in 15 days at my Idaho farm address.
Ah, nice going, Silky.
How's your end of the deal? The sawdust going?
It's all down at the warehouse in cartons now. Ready to be the frame around Dirk's neck.
We'll put it there as soon as we cash that check from Uncle Sam. So long, Lil. You'll be hearing from me when I need you. Dehydrated potatoes at present stored in warehouse at 91241 10th Street. Request routine check and approval of your department before granting license.
Silky?
Right here, Lil. In the warehouse door.
You got the stuff?
2 5-gallon cans. How about the insurance?
I took it out in Dirk Martin's name.
No action on the export license yet?
Not so far.
I was just wondering. Thought they might send someone around to check on the stuff.
They only do that at the pier. Let's go in. You sure Dirk won't yell copper?
How can he? When we put this place on fire, he's going to have a mighty suspicious insurance company on his hands. He'll probably have to waive the claim, but it'll keep him plenty busy while we make ourselves scarce.
All right, let's go. What?
Listen.
Someone.
Look. Down that aisle of cartons. A guy. Prying into Customs Department, I bet.
If he finds out about the sawdust.
I know what you mean.
Listen, Silky.
Yeah?
I'll go down and get his attention. You come round the back and jump him.
Right.
You there.
What?
What's the meaning of this? Who are you?
Oh, excuse me, miss.
What are you doing in this warehouse? How'd you get in?
Are you connected with the firm that owns this place, miss?
Yes, I am. And I think it's my place to ask the questions, or would you rather I call an officer?
Well, that won't be necessary. You see, I'm
Now,
the...
Silky.
What?
Let go of me!
Oh, no. No, you don't.
Your knife, Brookie, your knife.
Oh.
Brother, he was plenty tough.
Is he?
Yeah, dead.
So is he?
Wait. I'll look through his pockets. Uh-oh.
What?
United States Counterspy. This ain't good, Lou.
It's wonderful. Perfect. Dirk can take the rap for this, too.
Yeah, that's right. I'll get the kerosene cans.
And spill it all around, Silky.
Don't worry. When we put a match to this place, we want to make sure the whole thing goes up.
Operator, get me the fire department quick. There's a fire in the warehouse at 10th and Front Street. This is the watchman on the pier across the way. You'd better get here quick. It's blazing. It's going up. The whole place is going up.
Attention, Mr. Harding, Counterspy Headquarters. Attention, Mr. Harding, Counterspy Headquarters. This is an emergency 3-2 flash.
Peters, grab your hat and come on. The plane's waiting.
Where are we going?
New York. Warehouse fire. Explosion of export shipment.
Where do I catch up there? Sabotage?
I don't know. All I've got's the warehouse address and the nature of the shipment. Dehydrated potatoes.
Potatoes?
Supposed to be. The Counterspy agent was examining the shipment at the time of the fire and explosion. There's no news of him yet. Now, when we land, Peters, you follow up on the material I'll give you. I'm going right to our New York laboratory and see what they've got.
Over this way, Mr. Harding, to our electric furnace.
Right with you, Colonel. What's this set up for?
Well, that cardboard carton in the electric furnace, it's one that was salvaged from the warehouse fire.
Contains munitions of some type, doesn't it?
No, sir.
But the explosion...
Watch, Mr. Harding. I'll switch the furnace on.
What's the point?
Just a moment, sir. I had the furnace on before you arrived. It'll be up to the right temperature in a few seconds. There, that's what I wanted you to see.
What kind of explosive is it?
It isn't, sir. That cardboard box that just blew apart contained ordinary sawdust packed in tightly.
Sawdust?
That's right, sir. Sawdust packed tight and under intense heat generates its own explosive power. With the right conditions, it's just as dangerous as dynamite.
Not dehydrated potatoes or munitions.
No, sir. But there's something crooked about the whole setup. Our agent.
Yeah?
Now, the autopsy shows he wasn't killed by the fire. He was murdered. Knife wounds.
Murdered. What about the sawdust? Have you analyzed it yet?
Yes, sir. We put it through the spectrograph, did a microchemical analysis on it. The reports are over here.
Ordinary pine sawdust.
That's right. The pitch content indicates southern pine. And from the cellular structure of the wood, we place it as coming from somewhere in Georgia or the Carolinas.
Oh?
The moisture content indicates it's been freshly cut from logs instead of dried and cured wood.
That means that the stuff came from a logging camp, not a lumberyard.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you, Crandall. If anything else comes up, I'll be in the communications room. To all field offices, Southern Regional District, United States Counterspies. Request immediate check of all logging camps in your field area. Ascertain methods of disposal and sale of sawdust. Check thoroughly and report to me on any new purchasers of item. Give this top priority.
Hello, Chief.
Peters, where have you been?
Checking on the ownership of that warehouse and the potato shipment.
Any difficulty?
A lot less than I expected. The warehouse is owned by a set of dummy corporations set up to hide the real owner, one Dirk Martin.
The gambler?
That's right. And that shipment of potatoes was bought and supposedly dehydrated by the same Mr. Martin.
Oh, hidden ownership again.
Right, Dave, but not very cleverly done.
Wait, hold it a second, please. Hello? Tackett from the Atlanta field office? Okay, put him on. Hello, Tackett. Yes, that's right, the sawdust. Oh, you did? Good. Who bought it? No, that company name isn't familiar. Did you find out who owns and runs it? Good. Who? What? You're sure? Okay, Tackett, nice job. Goodbye.
What is it, Dave?
Peters, you knew about the sawdust in the explosion.
Yes, Crandall told me.
Well, that, too, points the finger at Dirk Martin. He bought it.
Martin?
Yes.
It doesn't wash, Chief. We know Martin's record. He's a real cozy bird. He doesn't leave loose ends around this way.
3 big neon-lighted arrows pointing right at him.
Dave, I may be wrong, but this shapes up like a great big frame.
I know it does, Peters, and I think we'll call on Dirk Martin right away and see if we can find the picture that fits the frame.
Silky, get that. I've got to finish packing.
Pretty insistent, whoever it is.
Well, open the door. That's the only way we can leave anyway.
I don't like it, Lil. You open it. I'll cover you from behind the door.
Dirk.
That's right, baby. Inside.
The idea, Dirk.
You tell me what the idea is. My boys got word to me the warehouse is on fire. Burned down.
No kidding, Dirk.
Do I look like I'm kidding?
But that's wonderful, a break for all of us. Now we're completely covered. The fire will hide everything. There's one phony shipment of sawdust we won't have to make.
Was it phony?
What do you mean?
You said sawdust, and the place blew up completely. Maybe you were trying to use me as a front for some other kind of shipment, eh?
Don't be crazy, Dirk.
And maybe you know something about the body they found in the fire.
Body?
Yeah. Look, baby, you'd better start talking. I'm going to have to slap a lot of words out of you. I wouldn't, Dirk. What? I had you covered from the minute you entered. So I was right. A big double cross. That's right, Dirk.
But you caught on a little too fast.
What do we do with him, Lil?
Guess there's only one thing we can do.
Same treatment like the guy in the warehouse?
So you did start that fire?
That's right, Dirk. We had it all framed nicely. You'd have to stand still for an arson rap and keep quiet about us, or you'd get a bigger jolt for swindling. They might even have pinned that guy's death on you. That's one way you would have paid for killing Johnny.
Johnny? Are you nuts?
Tell him, Silky. Tell him what you told me about how he killed Johnny.
Me kill Johnny?
Yes, you wanted me back. It was the only way you figured I'd come.
Look, Lily, there isn't a quail in the world I'd risk a murder rap for. I didn't shoot your Johnny boy.
Silky, you said that...
Shouldn't believe everything I say, Lil. I needed you to pull this racket on Dirk. Getting you through Johnny was the fastest way.
You killed him.
That's right, baby. And it looks like the same deal for you and Dirk Martin, so there'll be no more talking.
Martin has already talked.
What?
Oh,
United States Counterspy.
Why, you stinking
He's out of action, Chief.
You'd better not try the same move, Mrs. Darvell.
So Dirk Martin's a stoolie.
You bet I am, baby, when it comes to standing still for a murder rap.
Did he tell you everything? Did he tell you about the deal?
He did, Mrs. Darvell, all about your big swindle, stealing money from the government at the expense of our fighting men, at a time when we need every dollar for defense, and he's going to stand trial for it.
But not for murder, baby. You can take that one alone.
All right, Peter, take them both out of here.
Tune in every week, same time, same station, to Counterspy. Listen next week for the exciting case of the hideous hijacker.
When medical supplies, sorely needed by our fighting men and allies in Asia, were hijacked, the Counterspy organization was put on a double alert. By getting information from a dead man, firing bullets into sawdust, and putting cardboard under a strange light, your counterspies uncovered a kettle of fish that was 15,000 miles long. Be sure to listen next week to
The Case of the Hideous Hijacker on Counterspy. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York, was directed by Marks B. Loeb, dramatized by Palmer Thompson, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer. Lionel Rico speaking. Counterspy is a Phillips H. Lord production. 3 chimes mean good times on NBC.